See.
Go for
Hold
it.
on. Don't do anything. Wait a minute. Let me pull you up so I can see your
Yo, we
screen.
live.
We're live?
Yeah.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Socially Balanced TV with Chef Disaster. You guys, today we're going to be talking about dating. We're going to be talking about dating with a purpose. This is a continuance of Chef's series that he has on his channel, Surviving Love. You know, he has spoken about many topics and many different situations regarding love. Um, relationships, breakups, how you get through it. And so we're going to continue on with dating, after you fall in love and you're in a relationship and then it doesn't work out, you get back out there in the field and we're going to talk about your intentions when you're doing so. So thank you so much for joining us, and Chef will be on and then we will have a conversation and hopefully you guys will join in. Chef, you're muted.
Oh yeah, I am muted.
That
Word.
was me spreading love, not hate, letting you know you were muted. That
I
was me
appreciate
spreading
you. Appreciate
love.
that. Word. So peace and love, spread love, not hate. It's your boy Chef Disaster coming at you with another edition of Socially Balanced TV. You know, and today we got a host named Ask April. She's a great content creator. She's got a great narrative, a different perspective. And on this channel, we like to have different perspectives. We like to bring the real, you know what I mean, so to speak. So tonight, we're going to be talking about dating with a purpose and what's your end game. So make sure you smash that like button on your way in. Again, peace and love, spread love, not hate. Let's go. It's something new for y'all. I hope y'all enjoy it.
Fish, grease, something new, fresh out the box, smelling like the showroom floor. This is something new for you. This is something new for you. My rhyme scheme like quarantine beneath dope, and everybody out there need it like soap. It's futuristic and profound. Fresh off the Long Island Sound. But I recite, do you right like the best advice. Any dull moment, I shine bright like heavy ice. Fish streets, I come across like I'm trying to floor. Flyest nigga from the north, bet they buy it any court. Slim pimp, fish, no pimp, no Diana Ross. King tight, eat from my hand like spoon and fork. Vintage wine from fresh crushed grapes. Most anticipated like Jerry Lee steak. Crispy, brand new, damn, very fresh. Like the all white ants with the cranberry check. Yes, yes, yes. This is something new for you.
Oh, yo. Let's go.
This is something new for you. I'm bringing something other than the former. Yes, before hitting the market, the bargainers try to order something. Like the 7 Series bands you waiting on to come. Let's get it clear, the gifted is up in there. The shade and spick and span, exquisite and red clean. I'm one of God's best designs. Like my watch, you ask it for the time. Amazing type, raise the height like the latest device. I'm feeling like T-bone steaks and right, yeah. To be more descriptive, I'm a limited edition. I'm something you better get right now before you miss it. One of a kind, you can't find it online. Like a touch green pearl handles to be shot 9. Exactly, you track me out the mind. They spend nights outside sleeping on floors to be the first to get the new from the store. Yeah, this is
This is something new for you. Something new for y'all. Keep that new lit content coming. You already know. Let's go.
They wishing they can get it open cause it seals so tight. Refuse to double the price like uptowns and Mike. I'm what they want and what they needed in their life. Before going to sleep, they pray for it at night. Meaning fish is the most asked for like the gift. Crystal china, never plasticware dishes. Brand new like the transition from polished. Get them high like they first time hitting ism. I am him. Who? The guy your mind and vision. Yes. Deep fish grease the true and living. I'm providing a high for those who want more like a meal. Fresh off the grill, full course. Then of course, retail sale at full course. Like a bee with no key, just hop in and talk. Like startup drive, take off. Hearing something brand new off the showroom floor.
Come on, y'all. Something new for you. That new content. Social Balance TV. Let's go. Smash that like button. This is something new for you.
Brand new.
Hey.
Brand new for everybody.
Everybody. Come on. Peace and love. Spread love, not hate. Let's go. Welcome to another edition of Socially Balanced TV. April, what do you say you get to the favorite part of the show and show the people some love in the chat? How about that?
All righty.
All right.
So let's see who is in the chat. We have Donna's beautiful self. Hello, Donna. Mary Jane, Law to Perfection. Hello, my sisters. How y'all doing? Happy Monday. Happy Monday, Andre, Emmanuel. How you doing, hun? Mike, Dawn,
Salute.
thank you so much for stopping by the channel.
Salute.
And of course, Psychics Anonymous. How are y'all? Lisa, my boo Lisa. Thank you so much for stopping by.
All right.
Everybody, if you have questions and things that you would like to type in the chat or just whatever you would like to say to engage in the conversation, thank you so much for stopping by the channel.
My bad. Go ahead.
That's okay. Hey, Miss Carolina, how you doing? Marquita, Rob. Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Your night is going well. And yeah, so let's go. So, Chef,
It's the
you want to get into the conversation or
takeover.
what would you like to do?
First I got to give a little commentary on the topic to bring everybody up to speed, you know what I mean? Word up.
Alrighty.
And I like to give a special shout out to the super chat, Mary Jane Creation TV. I see you. I appreciate that. We always appreciate the love and the support of Socially Balanced TV to keep us progressing and keep us growing. Salute. Um, Today's topic is a very, very, very important topic. You know what I'm saying, April? I think it's a great topic, and I'm glad you wanted to get my perspective on it because dating with a purpose is sometimes something a lot of people forget to do. They forget to have a end goal, an end game while they're dating. You know, some people date just for sex, you know, and some people date for a lot of other reasons. But if you're dating for longevity, there's a lot of things that you should bring to the table before you get to that point, before you make that decision. You know,
Mhm.
tonight that's what we're talking about. We're talking about having an end game, and what's your purpose for dating? What is your purpose for dating? So, without any further ado, we're gonna let the beautiful, the talented Ask April get on with her questioning and her commentary as well. You know what I'm saying? Peace and love, spread love, not hate. Word. Hey, what's going
Hey,
on?
y'all. All right, so okay, you guys. So, if you know me, I'm not prepared fully, so I'm just gonna be asking questions and just basically going with the flow of the answers and the chat, and that's just how we're gonna go. That's how we're gonna do it.
Okay.
So, So like Chef said, the topic, I feel like when you start dating, I feel like this is the most important thing that you should have on your mind is your intention when you're
Mm-hmm.
looking for someone. Because if you're just going out there blindly, just, you don't really have any set goals, you don't have any standards, or what's tolerated, what's not tolerated. If you don't really know what you're looking for or why you're looking for it, then you're starting bad already. That's how I feel.
Okay.
So I think you should always have a purpose when you're dating, even if it is temporarily. If you're looking for a temporary thing, I think there should be some purpose behind it, and you should always do things with why. Why, are you looking for this? Why are you ready to date? And that sort of thing before you even get out there. Because the reality is that you are inviting yourself into another person's life. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? It might be my devices. Okay. Is that better?
You good? You sound clear to me.
Okay. All right. So, I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, when you get out there, you should know why are you even trying to date? What are you looking for? Or, why are in the market? Or are you just lonely? What is the reason? So, like Chef said, what is your end goal? Um, so I'm gonna start off like why do you feel like you're ready to date, Chef? Like what is it? Where are you at in your life that you feel like you're ready to date after your relationship?
After my long relationship ended, I felt like I was ready to date after I got myself situated. You know,
Mhm.
I had some things to get over first, so that way the next person I'd have decided to engage with, I was giving them the best of me. I was giving them all of me. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I felt like it when I had a good job, a place to stay, a steady means of financial support. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
That way, when it is time to move forward and make another move in the situation,
Mhm.
for it, I'm going into it and I'm bringing something to the table.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
what made me really feel like I was ready to go after being in a long situation, because my situation wasn't a bad situation. So I know how to have a good relationship. So I know what it takes to have a successful relationship. So being
Right.
I had a lot of experience, I knew where I needed to be before I got into my next situation.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So do you feel like when you go into dating, do you feel like you have to be like at a certain level in your life? Do you feel like you have to have wait a minute, hold on. Okay, I'm sorry.
You
Okay,
good?
is that better?
You good? I hear you.
Okay. All right. So do you feel like you have to be at a certain level in your life, before you get out there and start dating?
Yes, I do.
Mhm.
It's not necessarily that, because
Mhm.
people, they do good, starting in the same situation, just starting from ground zero, but
Right.
I like to be prepared. I just like to be prepared because you never know what's gonna happen. And
Right.
and I like to show the lady of my choice a good time as well. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so how you gonna do that if you're not financially ready yet? I
Right.
think that's the biggest. That's the biggest. That's if I was a woman, if a man wasn't financially ready or showing any
Mhm.
kind of like potential, that would be a deal breaker for me. Now,
Yeah.
as a man, it's not though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
I feel like if I'm making enough money, my the woman that I'm with shouldn't have to work. You know what I mean, April?
Mhm.
Uh,
Well, I understand that because I'm the same way. Like I think I need to be at a certain place. Like this time that I was laid off, like I would tell when we were talking about dating and stuff on my channel, I would tell them like I'm not interested in meeting anybody because I don't feel like, I guess especially when you're used to being a certain way or whatever, like I feel like I have to bring something to the table as well. Like I can't just come into something, and I don't feel like it's fair for me to, entertain somebody knowing that, I'm not where I want to be in life and I'm not, really comfortable or open to the idea of dating, yet.
Hmm.
Because I'm focused and working on other stuff or whatever. So, because you do have to, it takes time and it takes effort to build something with somebody, to date, to get to know people. So if you are solely focused on like what you got going on and stuff like that, it's really not fair to invite somebody into that knowing that you're not going to be able to give them what you expect.
Right.
Mhm. Mhm. So, I mean, so what about dating and your intentions are temporary? So, because there's a lot of people who are just looking for someone just for sex, basically. They're just out there dating, like looking for somebody, you know, just for right now.
Hmm.
What do you think about that?
That's probably more like for a younger demographic of people. You know,
Mhm.
they got their whole life ahead of them. You know what I mean? Or it could be somebody later on in their life, you know what I mean, who probably had one or two situations and really don't got time for that no more. You know what I mean? They just want to, basically just have someone for companionship and, cut ties after things become
Right.
volatile. So
Mhm.
I think it's, for that situation, it's each its own.
Mhm. Mhm.
Hmm.
Well, I think whatever way you're at, I think you should be honest when you're going into it. I think that's why a lot of people don't work out and they have a lot of issues and problems and, want to start calling the other crazy and all of this and that, and it's just because you can't play with people's feelings. I think that when you're going into something, whatever it is you want to do, you should be honest about what it is you're looking for and what your intentions are with the person.
Right.
Don't go into something, I even have oh yeah, and I seen that verbal, and yeah, I don't feel like I'm not trying to either, but it's just no, I definitely like to do my part or whatever, but at the same time I feel like the man is he's the sole foundation provider for the household.
Right.
But um when you're single and you're not in a situation or in a relationship with somebody and you're on your own doing things and things aren't necessarily where you want them to be, I don't feel comfortable out there dating and stuff like that when I'm not where I want to be.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I meant by that. But but yeah, honesty. So, people will meet somebody and they will, go into something, acting like or having conversations as if they're looking for the same thing that person is. They'll kind of see what they're looking for and give them that same feedback so that they can get them. And then, now they're wondering why, they're not happy when this person, starts acting a certain way when they see that they were lying the whole time. They really didn't want the same thing. They just
Right.
wanted to get what they wanted. So I think that a lot of issues will be solved if you would just be honest up front,
Exactly.
you know. So how do you go into dating for long-term purposes? Like, how do you approach that?
For long term purpose, I really, for any situation, I really take the time to get to know the person. And
Hmm.
I give them the real me. I give them who I am. Like, so there's nothing that's gonna catch them off guard or like left field. Like, oh, I didn't know that about you, so now I don't want to deal with you. That's
Right,
approach for a long term situation is to, divulge as much information as possible about me that sort of like promotes me, make my brand look appealing to the person I'm trying to court for a long
right,
term purpose. So that, like I
right,
said, that would be, I'm not bragging or nothing, but that would be like, hey, look at my house, look at my car, look at my job. I've been in this career for so long. Look at my credentials, my awards. I would be presenting myself, so to speak, selling myself.
Right.
So that would be my approach for a long term situation.
Right. Yeah, because that's another thing. Like some people, they approach it all the same, and it should be approached differently because that's where honesty comes in and being for real about what your intentions are. Because if your intentions are different, then how you approach it should be different.
Hmm.
You
So
know.
let me
Um.
ask you a question. Can I ask you a,
Okay. Hmm.
all right. So dating is a international thing, right? So if when dating, when while you're dating, when is it acceptable for the man to approach you, make sexual advances?
Ooh. Um. I guess it depends on chemistry
Uh huh.
and because things move different ways and different speeds with different people, like you may go into something like, you got a certain standard, like, or supposedly a standard, or, you got certain rules, self rules, and you're like, I don't do anything like this past, 3 months or whatever. It got to be at least 3 months before I go there. But, I mean, I guess it depends on the chemistry between a person, conversations, and where you guys are as far as like, y'all being on the same page.
All right.
Um, but I'll just say this because I'm like a firm, like, first, at least by the second date, I feel like there should be a conversation as far as intentions and what a person is looking for. I want to know, like, by the second date, I want to know that we're on the same page as far as what we are trying to do with each other. Because
Hmm.
after that, I pretty much let it go. If we're not on the same page, then I'll just let it go. Um, so I guess sexual advances and stuff like that with me, um, it just depends on chemistry. I mean, probably like I would say maybe like a couple months into it, something like that would be okay. Even
Uh huh.
probably a month into it. It just depends on what y'all doing and how much time you spend together, what y'all talking about, what y'all trying to do with each other. Um, as far as going along with it, having sex, that's different because you can flirt with each other and you can have conversations and sexy conversations and stuff like that. But as far as but that's different than going ahead and having sex.
Right.
So I mean, it's just flirting or whatever, or just talking about it or whatever. It could be probably just like a month or two in. It
Okay.
just depends on the chemistry and if we're like spending a lot of time together or talking every day or seeing each other every week, every weekend, we go out or something, we date, go out together, whatever, you're spending a lot of time with each other. Of course, you're going to express your attraction. Um, so I don't have an issue with that.
All right. All right. So back at it again. This question right here is gonna be for Ask April and for the chat. So give your responses in the chat so we can show some love to the folks in the chat. Because without y'all, there is no socially balanced TV. So here's the next question, y'all. This question is for everybody. Is sex while dating, will it mess up the relationship? If you have sex while dating, will it mess up your situation? Will it put a damper in your situation? Go ahead, April. And then I'll get to the chat when everybody posts their answers.
Sex while dating. Let me say sex while getting to know somebody because you know, you can be dating each other, still getting to know each other, and then you can be at a point in your dating experience where you know each other pretty well and you're kind of trying to figure out if you're gonna, be, exclusive or not. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I do feel what I feel like sex does, I feel like it causes people to hold on to the situation if it's wrong way longer than they should. I feel like if If you have the conversations, if you guys are on the same page, if you both have the same intentions with each other, I don't feel like there's anything wrong with having sex. But if you are wondering, you're confused, you're unsure, you're not really knowing where they stand, and and that sort of thing, I don't think you should be having sex with a person. Um, I think y'all should be on the same page, whether if you're agreeing that you're just in it temporarily or whether you're looking for something long term. I think that y'all should be on the same page and know exactly what you want from each other before you go into sex. Because at that point, it will definitely mess it up. And it only messes it up because if the situation is wrong. If the situation is fake or it's being built on untruth, then yes, sex is gonna cause you to hold on to a person that you should have let go a long time ago. That's what I think.
All right, all right. Let me give some.
What y'all think?
Let me check out.
Let me get my phone so I can see what
I
y'all
mean, we
talking
got what's up, verbal. All right, Donna just being real. Rob, Sidekicks Anonymous. SJ, what's going on? Donna Michelle, Dawn Michelle, my bad. My brother Chris Shiver. I missed all the folks coming through. All right, Chocolate Bay, Apple Boss, what's going on? Word, word. I see y'all. Rob says this is the perfect time for the people to date because the restaurants are closed because of the COVID-19. I guess, brother, that's a crazy way to look at it. I ain't really fucking with it much. All right, so Michelle, Chris Chavez says it makes it better to have sex while dating. All right, Chris, we know you gonna say that, Chris.
We know Chris gonna say that.
Good brother Chris gonna let him have it. All right. Michelle Flasco says, if I have to provide for a man, I feel like a mother. And if I'm mothering you, I don't want to at you. That's my real and honest opinion.
For
That's what
sure.
you got to keep it real. Donna, salute. I mean, Michelle, salute.
For
Chocolate,
sure.
it could if you want things to go further. Some get what they want and move on. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a great point because as April said, that's a great point because that's what the topic is about. Um, dating with a purpose.
Oh,
Some
thank you, Chocolate
is
Bay.
sex. Some of it, some guys, some women purpose is sex. You know what I mean? Word, true statement, true statement. All right, so Psych Chicks Anonymous says yes, especially if the man has a small package.
Oh, oh.
we know how the women feel about that. They want to find out before they make a long term goal.
Y'all better do them touch and feels and them checks, lady, them checkpoints. Y'all
Yeah,
better.
they want to find out
Okay.
before they commit to that if it's small. She says all of the secrets will be revealed too soon before he gives her a chance to really fall in love with him. Right. I
Mm.
mean, if you fell in love with him and then you got with him and you slept with him and he had the small package, is that a deal breaker though? Huh, April?
If he has a small package,
Yeah.
yeah, I can't. Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, it is. It's a deal breaker.
Uh huh. At least you honest. All
Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
Michelle says good sex can become toxic. You can
Yes,
start
it
to
can.
look, yeah, like he broke and he ain't got no job and he always using your car.
Ooh, we should be long gone past them days. If y'all still doing that right there, then you definitely didn't have a conversation about what y'all intentions are with each other.
All right.
Y'all definitely holding on to something because of the sex. If y'all still
What's
dealing
up?
with that,
No doubt. What's up, Magnum? Yo, can you see the chat?
I can. Yep. Uh-huh.
Can you read Donna's statement? It starts with sex too early.
Let's see. Donna said, sex too early will turn, well, hold on. Sex too early will turn to a friends with benefits, booty call, jump off. Basically, it will be a lust relationship. Now, if that's what you want, cool. If looking for loving relationship, then wait. Amen, Donna. Amen, Donna. You know what? Yes, and I like how you said that if you do have it too early, and that's why I mean, like you can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? You can flirt, of course. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go out to dinner or go have drinks or something. You know, he probably got his hand in your back pocket or touching your waist or whatever. Y'all can have conversations. You can do all of that, but yes, when you have sex too early um because that's what the man is really after in the first place. Now, even if he wants you, he still wants that sex, okay? Like a man can
Mm-hmm.
feel like you are the one for him, you just it or whatever, but he still wants to have sex or whatever. And so and that's his motivation for doing a lot of the things that he does and treating you how he treats you and making the effort that he's making. And once you give him that, it's a wrap pretty much. Now, not saying that he's just going to leave you and go nowhere, but it's going to be just that. If y'all notice, I don't know if y'all have ever been through this, but I'm a woman. I like to cook, okay? And I like to cook for people I care about. I'm gonna cook, whatever. You can come over my house and get a meal. Now,
Mm-hmm.
when you're dating, a lot of times you're gonna go out to eat, right? He's gonna ask you to go out to dinner, lunch, breakfast, whatever. Y'all gonna go out to eat and stuff like that. When you make him a meal, okay? As soon as you make this man a meal, not all, but I have experience where there are men who, as soon as I cook for them, then like the date, like going out to eat, that kind of like slacks off. Or he spends the night, or we start having that type of relationship, and I cook and he's comfortable to come in my house and all that kind of stuff. Because like usually when you're dating, you're not having a man just over to your house and stuff like that, just comfortable, just whatever. But when you start having sex, yeah, he's over at your house, you over at his, all that kind of stuff. And so now it's like we don't he feels like we don't got out as much. I done made it in the door. I can stay the night. She gonna cook and stuff. I don't gotta go out to eat and go out and get dressed and do all. Yes, you do. But they will try that. So, you also have to halt it because you can damn sure say, hold on now, like, was going out every weekend or whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
and then it'll turn into where y'all barely going out at all, or he just things change when you start having sex, and not saying that it's just totally going to ruin everything, but you still got to keep your boundaries. Don't let him or her, don't let them just think because they made it to here, now they don't have to continue that effort because they do. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah. And you'll know if they're true to the intentions they say they have with you, because once you do have sex, you'll know if they're sticking around or if they still trying to make an effort or they still treating you away, then yeah, they're being truthful. But if they get to that point with you and they ain't trying no more or nothing like that, just chalk it up and keep it moving because you don't want to turn into that booty call situation. They only want to call you at certain times. They want to come over and get something to eat, all of that. No.
Exactly. So you telling me after you cook for him, he stopped taking you to Red
So
Lobster?
you cook a meal and yeah, and it's a wrap. Like, it's like, what happened to, I want somebody to cook for me. I like going out because I want somebody to cook for me.
Yo, how
I
y'all
like,
feel about that in the chat? How many brothers have ate a meal and said, "Ooh, girl, you cook so good, we don't need to go out to keep some money in your pocket"? How many of you kings are guilty of that? Let us know in the chat. It ain't nothing to be ashamed of. You keep it tight like a Jew. Let's go.
Chocolate Bay, I see you. I'm trying to tell you, you cooking clean for me. I'm moving you in.
What's going on, Afrocentric?
That's what they tried too. Like shit, I got in the door. She let me stay the night. What? She done cooked a meal. I ain't
Don't
going nowhere. Like you got me fucked up. See, mm, see, I'll
yo,
start
come
cussing.
on, yo. I don't care because I be getting that happening to me too. Like I'll cook for a female while we dating, and they'll never want to go out neither. Especially when I make just something simple like fried chicken and mac and cheese and some, you know what I mean, some uh,
Mhm.
sweet potatoes or something or some butternut squash. Come on, man. They be like, yo, I don't want to go out. I want to go to the supermarket and I want you to make this.
Uh-huh.
We can still do something. We can still go out, but I want you to cook.
Right, right.
They be saying real talk.
Right. And it's cool, like because like I said, I like cooking for people, whatever, but that don't mean we just gonna totally just cut off everything we was doing. Maybe we can cut it down to twice, we only going out every other weekend or something. Or we can go do other stuff. We don't have to go out to eat, but just don't stop thinking like the dating part is over with because now we didn't got here.
Right. What
Mm-mm-mm.
they say in the chat about that. Yeah, I love y'all in the chat, man. Y'all crazy. Y'all be bringing it. Y'all keep the show lit for real, for real.
Uh-huh.
This
Yeah,
is something new.
exactly.
This is something
Verbal.
new. You know what I
I
mean?
love me some verbal. Verbal.
Yeah, Verbal gets it in. She spit that real. We
Yes,
definitely.
she do.
I mean, if
Yes, she do.
yeah, we can open up the panel if you like. I mean, you the host. This is the Axe April takeover. So if any,
Oh, okay.
she
Yeah,
opened
I
up
mean,
the panel.
yeah, if somebody wants to hop on, like, I would definitely like for somebody if you want to engage in the conversation or you have some questions that you would like to ask or something like that. Yeah, hop
Yeah.
on.
Tonight we getting a true Queen's perspective. She came up with the topic. You know what I'm saying? She's leading the question. I mean, she's reading the comments in the chat. She's showing you guys some love. We love her over here on Socially Balanced TV. You know what I'm
Thank,
saying? This something new. It's something new for y'all. Word.
thank Hey, Afrocentric, how you doing, babe? Yeah, I love your channel. I'm so glad that I came across your channel because it's a great group of people. I've told you that, but y'all are awesome. You are a great group of people, different, so different from the part of YouTube I came from. So, it's like a breath of fresh air, great conversation, different perspectives. Everybody don't gotta agree. Um, we still come to, an understanding at the end. So I definitely love it.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me read some of the comments in the chat. So I'm gonna start. I hope I ain't missed somebody. It's going faster than normal. I appreciate all the support. I stopped cooking for men. This is Donna just being real. I stopped
Mm,
for men. Now, of course, holidays or he not feeling well. That's cooking every day? No. That's husbands. That's for me. No doubt. Salute to that. Uh, Verbal said I'm dating wackos. I don't think so. I date women. I date classy women. Let's go. Um, Rob from Brooklyn. My dude say, Donna, well, she just got to learn. I'm a great cook, but after I satisfy her, she will make me bacon and eggs the next morning. Guaranteed. Every morning.
okay
Salute.
then.
Salute. Get your bacon and eggs, bro. I ain't mad at you. Do that. All right.
Mhm.
We got next. All right. So Psych
That's
Anonymous.
called balance.
That's talent. That Psych Chicks Anonymous says, I don't like the energy of everything being one person. It has to go both ways.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. It definitely has to go both ways.
yeah, yeah. Nothing can be one-sided.
Cooking together is A plus.
Oh, yes. That's sexy. That's fun too.
Uh
It's
huh.
fun being in the kitchen with your mate or, they popping in on you to see what you do or whatever or helping you. That's fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good vibe right there.
Absolutely. Um,
Yeah.
Michelle says my hubby cleans and cooks, and we'll give him that. But he loves to be home, and I like to go out here and there. The house bores me all the time. You know,
Yes.
glad you say that. We're talking about dating, and the purpose of going out on these dates, on these little adventures, is to recreate your love, to have a different atmosphere. So I appreciate your approach to that situation, Michelle. That was a great comment, and I appreciate you putting that in the universe. I really dig it. I can dig it. Salute to you. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just had to salute. Show
No,
love.
you're fine. No, I like that too because you don't want, there's some who like to be home, like, because I'm like kind of both. Like, I do love to be at home and stuff, but I do like to, get dressed and go out every now and then, go somewhere and, whatever, get out the house and stuff like that. And when you're talking about dating, especially like, see, Michelle's married, so you're in your relationship, you're solid. But when you are talking about dating and getting to know somebody, and you're kind of like in that stage where you're feeling somebody out, go out. Okay, don't allow them to always be coming over or you going over there and being inside. You need to see how they are in different environments. Okay, like you need to see how they are sitting down at a meal. If you're going to walk around the mall or an outlet or you're going out to the club or whatever, you need to watch their behavior, pay attention to them, pay attention to how they pay attention to you, all of that. Like that, all of that matters, okay? Um,
Mhm.
so yeah. So I mean that's another point in why you should be going out when you're dating. Um, and I get it, like, spending money all the time, or, and you can do a lot of things that you're not spending like a whole lot of money all the time. There's plenty of things that you can do. It doesn't always have to be, a night of an expensive meal or a bunch of drinks or just, all of this stuff. It could be something simple, something where y'all are just having conversation and enjoying each other's company and getting to know each other rather than y'all going out to the loud club or something like that, not even being able to talk or hear each other. But yeah, you need
Mhm.
to see how they are in different environments.
Absolutely. Definitely see how they are in different environments. Like I like to I remember one time I went rock climbing with a young lady, right? And
Okay.
she was talking all this junk, how she gonna beat me up the wall, yada yada yada. And I'm like, okay, I knew like I'm gonna take my time because heights is crazy and this wall is real. This is the real deal. This ain't no kitty wall. So we got there, boom. But I'm climbing up there one grip at a time. But I'm gonna get up there and I'm gonna come down and I'm gonna successfully complete it. I'm taking it as a cardio build. You know what I mean? She's in
Uh-huh.
competition, so I'm like, all right, okay. So boom, sure enough, she get up there, she running up, she boom, 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 boom. She get to the top. Now she talking junk. Yo, where you at? My dust. I'm like, all right, yeah. So boom. As I'm going up, I take a little time. I tell her to look down though. You talking all that junk, you better not look down. Yo,
Oh no.
why we needed the fire department and everything to come get her off this wall. Word up. They,
That
they
would
had
have been me. I wouldn't even have went up there. You got me messed up. I am so scared of heights. Like
yeah,
it's crap. I can barely drive over like a bridge, let alone be climbing up something.
yeah.
Uh-uh. Hell
I,
no.
I tell you this. I tell you this much though. It definitely broke the ice for us because we laughed. We laughed our butts off, man. I mean, we laughed something good behind that because at first the park attendant tried to get her down, and she
Uh-huh.
did fighting him. She was telling him to get the f off of her. I'm
That's
like,
too
yo, bro,
funny.
word. They had to go get her, and they had to harness her up, put her in this like little seatbelt thing, and take her down because she
I
wasn't.
Fuck that. I can't do no
Uh,
height.
yeah, that shit was funny. The whole park gathered around. That shit funny.
Oh my God. I'm
Yeah,
surprised that wasn't like some viral video or something.
yeah. Nah, it should. Yo, back then, back we talking about my young adolescent days. Right now, I ain't climbing no wall. You can dead that. I ain't climbing no wall, getting up. No, sir. But
I'm
yeah,
I do not fuck around with the heights, okay? I just don't.
yeah. But it definitely because you use the opportunity. Well, I like to use the opportunity while dating to do like sort of like a trivia. You know what I'm saying? To try to
Oh,
figure out the person. Don't give it to them easy because remember we got a purpose and we got an end goal.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna say what I like to do, but there's certain things I like to do to get certain reactions while dating. That's gonna tell me whether or not I should move on or just cut my ties. You know what I mean? Pay for
Yeah.
the meal and don't respond to any text messages or phone calls.
Mhm.
It be that bad, but I'm not gonna be rude, but it just be that. And I'm not saying bad like disaster bad, just a lot of negative and not a lot of positive.
You
I mean,
said not disaster bad. And that's your name.
yeah, yo, April, you know, man, you know, disaster bad. You go into the bathroom and you ain't even paying for the meal. You out. That's
It better
disaster.
not be nobody that do that shit these days, okay? That shit
Yo,
right there. Better not
if my
nobody
brother Chris,
be. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
if my brother Chris was in the chat, he'd tell you. If I asked him if I did that before, he would tell you I did. He would tell. I had to. Yo, first when I got out and I got on my gentleman, I was on my gentleman. So I get out and I go around and I open her door. You know what I'm saying? Car
Mhm.
and go around. I open her door. Why nothing but garbage came out the car? I'm like, whoa, whoa,
In your car or her car?
her car. I opened her door.
Oh, but she was driving. Oh, okay, so y'all had met up.
Yeah, I was driving my car. I got up. I parked
Okay,
on this side of her. I got up
okay,
around her car and opened the door
okay.
because I thought that's what she was waiting for. But turns out she was in there trying to fix herself up.
Oh,
So long to get out the car. But I was
uh-huh.
out, and I figured she was waiting for my southern hospitality. You know, up north, dudes, we really don't get into it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
We don't really do that. Not that it ain't right. I'm just saying we just not as you know we don't do the hospitality thing a lot.
No, you don't.
Yeah, but I see that that was a disaster. That was definitely a disaster situation. And I know if I would have continued dating her, um,
Oh,
it probably would have only been, casual sex, casual.
uh-huh.
That's about it. And that's not my purpose. Not anymore. Not anymore.
Verbal, no, I didn't see your question, hun, but I'm going up in the chat now. Hold on one second.
Oh, she
Uh,
at Chef Disaster. As I said, you're dating wackos. It's okay. I thought I date wackos too. yo, I, it could be me. It could be me, verbal. I could be the wacko. You know what I'm saying? It could be me.
sorry, Virgo. I'm sorry. She said y'all need to pay attention to the chat. I'm sorry, babe.
Yeah, yeah,
Hold on.
yeah. One of us got to pay attention to the chat.
Yeah, we do.
I'm gonna pay attention to the chat. You keep on questioning me, then. I'm gonna hit the chat up.
Okay, let me know when you when
I got the chat. I got the chat on
okay,
the
you got
Smith.
it. Okay. Okay, just let me know what her question was then.
All right. So,
Okay.
verbal, if you can put the question in the chat again, that'd be a lot better for me.
Okay.
And we,
All right.
I
So let me see. Okay, so how do you deal with if you're interested in a woman and you express that to her, and you guys do start to date and you have these conversations about, what it is you're trying to do. How do you deal with her not wanting the same thing as you? Have you ever had that happen? Or how would you deal with that? Like if she doesn't want the same thing, but you want this person, how would you deal with
all right. So it depends on what she wants. If she just wants, I don't. If she just wants, what like, does she just want sex? What does she just want?
Well, I don't know, just whatever's the opposite from what you want.
Because I want the long. My mine is always will be long term. So if she don't want long term, I mean, if she want to just like casually date me, I'm
Mhm.
the benefits for what it is. And till I find something that's more in my lane. You know what I mean? If I'm in a situation like that, if it's really not working, if it's not worth it, then I'll just walk away from the situation.
Mhm.
All right. So let me get to some of the chat because I'm missing out on the chat. So this is a question. This is a question to Chef Disaster. I want a man's opinion. All right. The verbal said, "Have you experienced devil dick?" That's the question to you, April. Why
Oh, that's to me. I'm sorry. I read something else. Wait a minute. Have I experienced what?
devil
Oh, devil
dick?
dick. Me? Have I? No, I haven't.
All right.
Mm-mm.
All right. Rob said, "I had a date that time I went to move her hair a certain way, her ear would fall."
Right. That's what I was just looking
Her
at.
ear would fall off. She had a fake ear. Yo, shout out to she never listened. Shout out to I had to leave her because she never listened. Word up.
Man.
All right.
Oh my God, that shit is funny as hell. I ain't never heard of nobody having a fake ear.
All right. Michelle Plaskoff says, "Do men sometimes feel too comfortable after so many years and put in less effort?" Just curious. Yeah. And that's why the woman is created the way she is. That's why the woman has beautiful eyes to match her soft skin, and that's why she has curves that move in a different way every day, and that's why she have an attitude that's mixed with a little bit of her experience of life to make sure that men understand that the attention must always be on her and about her. That's how a woman is designed. No man should never grow less interested in his woman if that is truly the woman he wants.
That's true.
And that's my answer. That's my energy for the universe on that. I thank you, Michelle. All right. So Verbal said she just did. She just experienced. All right. Allie Ted TV in the building. Yeah, I appreciate you liking the color scheme. It is dope, right? It definitely is. All
Oh
right.
my God.
She said she had that devil DY dating, man. All right. So Appleboy says y'all got to start from the top of the chat. Y'all done missed a lot. Yeah, I missed a lot, man. I got to go all the way back. Yo, how you doing, Lockout Perspective? Yeah, you can come up here. Ask April is gonna be letting us know. We're gonna put the link in the chat when she ready to go at it. Um, yeah, Chef stay macking verbal. All right, SJ say that shit could turn dangerous. Yeah, it could turn dangerous. Yeah, I try to give a good perspective. I try to give great energy. I try to represent as a king, Michelle Plaskoff. I lead by example. Because I love the kings, I love the brothers, and if there's something that I can do to help us get to a better collective on situations, then that's just what I'm gonna do. It don't cost me nothing to do, and I appreciate doing it. Matter of fact, I love doing it. Socially balanced TV is about that. You know what I mean? Piece of
Yeah.
video on that post. So I'm gonna go up.
Well,
I'm gonna go.
verbal, if you just had some, I'm trying to get me some, girl. I want some devil D. I ain't never had like I ain't women be like going crazy, and I'm like, I ain't never had nothing that made me just go lose my damn mind. I want to lose my mind.
Uh-huh. Lose your mind.
Oh shit. Nah,
What
but
what do you think? We need a little intermission or what? What you want to do? It's up you in the flow. What you want to do?
okay, that's cool. Yep, we can.
All right, you know how the chef like to do. You know, I'm trying not to get no copyrights. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not using any of the artists that we know, but it's still great music. The music that I'm playing is actually my cousin. His name is Fish Grease. It's Chief Murray little cousin. So and that's my family. So I get exclusive rights to use the music. So I'm gonna be using music that I can use. I hope you all enjoy it as much as the other artists is. But I will be doing that still, but just not now. All right. Peace and love to y'all though. And then we're gonna open up the panel when we come back and we're gonna get it in. You know what I mean? How you
Yes,
feel
sir.
about that, April?
Sounds amazing.
Word, Sophie, Balance TV is amazing.
Yeah, Michelle, you right.
I'm
Mm-mm,
coming through though, for real, for
mm-mm.
real. I appreciate you,
Thank you. Thank you for asking me to come on. I appreciate you.
no doubt. You can read some of the chat while I'm trying to get to the music.
Okay. All right. The last time I had it was last year. He tried to give it to me Saturday, but I told my Yanni, no, man. No, you can't have no more of that devil D. Chocolate Bay, it's it's that poison. It's that, you get a taste and you addicted for life. Unless you strong like verbal and you can tell your Yanni no. Thank you, Michelle, babe. Thank you. Yeah, I do choose not to.
All right. So this is
Be careful what you wish for. I'm just saying.
mhm.
Sorry to keep right. Sorry.
Ah,
Too much poison will kill you. I'm trying to tell you. Too much poison will kill you. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. I just said I just want to taste. I don't want it to ruin my life. Just- but that's that stuff that will just mess your life up. Your life be fucked up. You don't feel like yourself. You don't look like yourself. You got to start all the way over. Whatever you had going on is over with. You got to start from scratch. Fuck that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Just a tip. It's always just a tip. Let me just feel it. Let me just put it in just a little bit. Anybody ever really fall for that? It's all bad. I'm trying to tell you. Leave that shit alone. Mm-mm. And you know what's so crazy is the ones who got it, he know he got it too. Like his whole demeanor is, I got devil D. Oh shit. At this age, we can keep it in perspective. Yeah, Michelle, we can. You right about that. Well, yes, we can. Some of us can, because you have some who. That's why I said earlier, like, it better not be nobody still just letting somebody eat up their food and take their car and leave them at work. And no, hell no. And yeah, should nobody be going through that no more.
All right, all right, all right. I'm back. Y'all ready?
You fell for
This is
it. I fell for it.
this
I
is
damn sure fell for it.
all right. This is all of mine by Fish Grease. Let's go. Socially Balanced TV. A little intermission. We out here.
All my life, win or lose, I sacrifice. I want all of mine. No short change. All of mine. Get the wrong or leading rights. Pay my dues to get these stripes. I want all of mine. All of mine. Sitting in the hoop, thinking about a drop. Down here on the bottom, trying to shoot to the top. Cause it's cold on the stoop, but it's wicked ass block. Feeling like I was stabbed, hit by a cabin shot. Sick a little bit of nothing, so I want a lot. Guns all stuffed up, thinking about more. And these lame sluts I fuck are starting to bore. I should be sitting up, 25 stories. How many bricks? Eating fried fish, lobster, and shrimp. Drinking the finest wines that only the dogs sip. Cigars are born pimp, far beyond 4/5. Life of a movie star, some only live in clips. Some get deaded first seconds of the flick. Others are B-rolls, lost inside the mix. I'm the headliner, wanting mine every cent. I'm the headliner, wanting mine every cent. Real, all my life, like win or lose, I sacrifice. All of mine, all of mine. Or either rights, I pay my dues to get these stripes. I want all of mine, all of mine. My brother keep molding me to the streets, took a hold of me. By the age 16, it wasn't no controlling me. Seen a lot of come and go, but it ain't no fold to me. Took some shots, lost a leg, still rolling like a G. Ever been a follower? Hope you know misleading me. I've been told every lie. Show me what to see for me. Can't give it up. My people's got too much belief in me. Those that won't pay you mind, take the time to speak to me. From the bottom of the bottom page, mama said I'll be naked. I come up out of the waves and knowing at the top's awake. They say the place where you don't look is where you find your patience. Caught me sleepwalking, I told them I was dream chasing. Told me take my time, I said I ain't gonna keep waiting. I want all of mine, even if it leads to take. I ain't gonna keep waiting. I want all of mine. I've been real all my life. Find a lose to sacrifice. I want all of mine. All of mine. Or even right. Pay my dues to get these stripes. I want all of mine. All of mine. Talk about the real, talk about the fake. Everything I am, you motherfuckers hate. Boast about the love, but try hard to hate. That's what you get when you step inside the gates. You can keep the sunshine. Give me the rain, cause it feels good when you conquer all your pains. And walk out the fire, no burns from the flames. You ain't gotta give me nothing, just put me in the lane. Open up the door and I'll earn my everything. Cause I'm stuck inside the ghetto, fiending for a change. I escaped through haze and games giving me brain. That's what works for me, I ain't telling you do the same. I'm a hard-headed nigga that ain't never paid attention. Just the age 5, I've been on the same mission. I ain't going switches no matter which lane I dip in. Get it in your mind right now, I can't get it. I've been real all my life, all my rules. I sacrifice, I want all of mine. All of mine. The wrong or even right. The right to get these stripes. I want all of mine. All of mine. Sitting in the hoop, think you better drop. 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 Sitting in the hoop, think you better drop.
Hey, shout out to my first cousin, Daryl Fish Grease Murray. Salute to that, brother. Word. I want all of mine. I want all my coins. I want all my likes. I want it all. Salute to y'all, all y'all in the chat. I hope y'all enjoyed that piece by Fish Grease. We out here. Let's go. Smash that like button on your way in. We out here. All of mine. D Fish Grease Murray. So I'm trying not to play, no artist music so I don't get the copyright. I'm trying to get all the perks for my channel, y'all. Trying to get all the perks for my channel. So I on most of the important streams, I probably won't be playing no artist music, no copyright music. I want all my coins. Salute to get into your bag. Let's go. We out here. So let's get to it. We're gonna put the link in the chat for those who want to come up and give their perspective. And you can get to ask the host, the co-host, ask April some questions. How ironic is that? Her name is Ask April, and we're talking about dating with a purpose. So the questions can be along the lines of that. We've been rocking for a good hour now. We just had an intermission for you to go get your favorite drinks, check out your other favorite YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? Move around a little bit. But now let's bring the energy back. Let's focus back towards the topic. It's a great topic. And guess what? It's something new. It's something new. Let's go. Who don't like something new? I know I do. I know your boy Chef Disaster enjoys something new every once in a while. Give me something new. Let me see what y'all got in the chat. Let me see what y'all got going on in the chat. Word up. Check the chat out. Uh-huh. April, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. We back.
My face for the strawberry.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
You feeling that little song right
I didn't
there?
eat dinner, so y'all see me eating Slim Jims and strawberries. I didn't eat dinner, y'all. So
Yeah.
that's my dinner.
All right.
Hmm.
So, baby boy, Jody and people been dead. No better. Nobody better not be falling. Better not be falling for that anymore. Yeah, no more baby boy, no more Jody. What's wrong with you, Jody? Boy, you funny. Yo, check out Apple Boss. Apple Boss is mad talented, man. I need you to go check her out, man. She getting it in every day, uploading something new, great content, creativity. You want to learn something? That's definitely the way to go, right there. I'm gonna just tell you, I I had a tiger. I see you down there in the chat. Yeah, let's get it, Donna. Let's get it. So you ready? You ready to go? You ready for me to put the link in the chat?
Go ahead.
All right, putting the link in the chat for those who may want to come up and join in the festivities. Because guess what? Are you not entertained? Is your boy Chef Disaster not entertaining you? Let's go. I appreciate all of y'all. Word. It's gonna be hard for me not to play music because I'm all about music, but I've been working on it, April. Uh,
Well, at least at least stop until you get what you're trying to get.
yeah,
Or you can even designate like certain lives that just to like where you just play music that you like to play like certain nights or whatever.
yeah,
Just periodically, maybe you just want to come on and just play some music and stuff or whatever, play what you want,
yeah. Word. So right,
but not till after you get your qualifications and stuff out the way for the other stuff.
word. So getting right into it, coming right at us, Ali Care TV. She says a relationship is work. Do you agree with that, April? Do you agree that a relationship is work?
Absolutely, it's work. Absolutely, it's work. I mean, people they feel like you just meet somebody and it's just supposed to just happen, and
Yeah,
that's not realistic. Just like you had to work to get the person, and get
All
their
right.
attention, get to know each other. It's gonna take work to keep the person and to keep you interested, and shit just doesn't just happen on its own.
Oh, okay. Did you read Donna just being a real question? She asked you a question.
She said, "Oh yeah, I did. I answered her in the chat, but yeah." So Donna said, April question, your view. When men always come to the woman's house, he never invites her to his place. They've been seeing each other for months. What you get? And my answer was, I feel like he has another situation that is comfortable enough to where she can show up when she wants to. So he doesn't like to have anybody else over. Or she could even be living there. He could even be living with somebody. Um, but at the least, he has someone that he's been dealing with that, she's been around. They've had their back and forth, and she pretty much is one of them that will just show up whenever. So he don't, have nobody at his house because he don't want to cause no problems, don't want to get caught up, and that sort of thing. That's what I think. If a man has his own place, you've been dating him for 6 months, and he coming to your house, but he don't never invite you to his, that is a definite problem. Definitely a problem. That's a red, or not so much a problem, but it is a red flag. Let me say it like that. It's a red flag that, he has something else going on outside of you. So
Hmm.
that's my thoughts on that.
Yeah. Yeah, the link is in the chat for anybody who want to come up on the panel. You're more than welcome to come up and give your perspective. You don't got to stay long. You can just tap in and say what's up and keep it pushing. But even if you don't, I appreciate, the energy in the chat as well. So just keep coming on with it. I'm feeling the energy. We got a great vibe tonight, and we getting into the importance of um, dating, the purpose of dating, and the end goal. What's your end goal?
Yes.
Donna says red flag.
Uh-huh.
What's a red flag?
Well, if you've been dating a man or a woman in your instant or whatever, if you're dating a person and you've been dating them for about 6 months, and they always come to your house, but you can't never go to theirs. They don't never invite you to their house.
Yeah.
It is a red flag. Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that could be short of a red flag. I mean,
Not sort of.
yeah,
Six
because
months.
for a
Some
woman,
people get proposed to in 6 months, and you
for a
ain't even
woman,
got invited to the house yet.
for a woman, some of them will never invite you to that crib. You're not getting to them kids. You
That's true. Because
you
I'm
can
like
forget
that
it.
for the most part. You gotta really, yeah. So, I mean, I get,
You,
well, but a man, I don't know about that.
it ain't gonna happen.
Because
It ain't,
usually, because woman's doing that is because like of her kids live there, that sort of thing. Now, if the man has kids, because I do know that men that have kids and they have custody of their kids, they are protective. Like if you meet a man who has custody of his kids, he is going to be really protective and of the women that he brings around his children. Um, so if it's that type of situation, then maybe it's not a red flag. But if it's just no, if he ain't got no kids living with him, it's definitely a red flag that that man has not asked you to come to his house.
I say it's a red flag if you've been over there before, and then all of a sudden they start that they try that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I've been over your house already, so don't.
Because like this
Uh,
means that I'm saying, okay, so you know how like okay, you got somebody you deal with, but you just know like if you got somebody that you got history with, and y'all go back and forth or whatever, but you still out there mingling, you still meeting other people, and that sort of thing or whatever, but you still got hooks in this one or whatever. And she done been to your house, she didn't whatever, like y'all got history. And yeah, if you meet somebody new and you dating that person and she starts to allow you to come over her house, you don't have no reason to invite her to her house. And plus, you're not going to anyway because you got this crazy wank that you still be fucking around with. And she, that may pop up every damn time.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I see what you're saying too, though. Like, yeah, like if you've been coming over there or you done been over there a couple times and then all of a sudden, like it's just, it's shut down. I see
Yeah.
that too. But that would be more of a new situation. Like he probably got a new thing
All
or
right.
whatever versus him having history with somebody and just never bringing you to his house because he don't want, nothing getting caught up.
All right.
Um,
So Donna asks the question. She says, "What's your take on a woman asking the man for marriage?"
I am against it. I'm very much so against that. I'm just, you know, I mean, against it for me. Let me say that. I've seen it done. I think it's cute. I just like seeing people get proposed to. I think it's the most beautiful thing in the world. And, um, I mean, if that's their thing and they're okay with it, okay. But I'm not, for me, like that's a total no. Like, no, no. Because I feel like men, they go after what they want. A man is gonna let you know what he wants from you. And if it's marriage, you gonna know that. Okay? You just gonna know that. So,
Mm.
um, if he hasn't asked you yet, then maybe that's not necessarily what he wants to do yet. Men do kind of like go back and forth with stuff too. They be unsure and and that sort of thing. So it's not, maybe he just hasn't asked yet because he's still trying to figure out, or maybe he's not exactly where he feels like, he's supposed to be in life for him to be getting married. So that could be a reason too. But I just really feel like the man is supposed to ask that. I feel like the man is supposed to lay the foundation for the relationship. That's just what I feel. I feel like he is supposed to do the courting. I feel like he is supposed to um, set the pace for how it's gonna go. And yeah, that's just me. But yeah, I'm not getting down on my knee asking no man to marry me. Boy,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
better yank me up and tell me to get up and get down on his knee and be like, girl, I was gonna do that earlier, but I forgot. No, I'm just playing.
Look, I'll take it. I'll take it. Look, let me get in there. I'll definitely would appreciate it. I mean, it's not the way to go, but if that's what she wanted to do, I would definitely take it as like she really likes me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would accept it, but then I
Yeah.
would redo it after. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
I definitely
Okay.
would accept it though. I definitely would accept her asking me, but I would turn around and do it way bigger than how she did it. Let me read some of the chat. All right.
Uh-huh.
So Donna says women not letting the man come over is different. Kids are safety, my opinion. Men coming to my house, nah. Plus, some men will start to think they can move in. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly. Um, Appleboard says, my kids ain't seeing nobody I'm dealing with unless we together. I don't play about that. Everybody around my kids shit. Facts. hmm
Yeah.
Um, Ali TV says, get to know each other first. Yeah. Baby, just give me something new all the time. But yeah, get to know each other first. Absolutely. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Dawn agrees with Appleboard. Donna says, I'm old school. The man leads, he does the acts in the marriage. Yeah, I agree with that. But
Uh-huh.
it could happen. Verbal says she's gonna come up. That's
I mean,
all right. Yeah, the second half we allow the
yeah.
chat give their perspective. Salute the verbal. All right. Yeah, yeah. No kids. I'm with the no kid zone for sure. How you doing, Spicy? Well,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm definitely with the no kids zone. Even as the man, I be feeling uncomfortable when the woman has me around her children, especially little kids, because they become attached
Mhm.
quick.
Yep.
Because I'm a great
Yep.
guy. I'm a great guy,
Uh-huh.
and me and their mother might not work out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then
Mhm.
there's they got a level of comfortability with your children. See, your children are supposed to think all people are strangers. I don't care what
Yeah.
you say. You can tell me I'm wrong, but there's everybody's a stranger. All right.
Yep.
When you allow that person to get that comfortable to your child, that's when certain things can happen.
Yes. Because you trust your mother, so they trust their mommy. So why would mommy let somebody in the house that's gonna do something wrong? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't play around with that. Like my kids growing up, they knew their dad, and then after their daddy and me split up, I was with the guy for 6 years, and he didn't even meet them until shit. I want to say it was a year. It was a year. When we actually like decided we were gonna be together and stuff like that. It was after that, like we met each other's kids and stuff, and we was
Mm,
ended up being together for 6 years, and that's really all they know now. Like they still remember him, and whatever. But that's it. Like no, you can't have all these different people around your kids. You hear all these stories about kids getting touched and different things happening, killed, all of this stuff. Men too. Men they have their babies and have deadbeat baby mamas or whatever, and they be meeting women and stuff, and you know, them women don't be liking their kids for real and stuff. So you got to be careful when it comes to these babies. They didn't ask to be here, but it's up to us to protect them until they can protect themselves at least, if nothing else. So
yeah.
you got to
So
make sure they good at all times.
this is for the chat and for the panel, of course. And right now it's only me and you, so we'll give our perspective on it. How important do you feel the meet and greet is? Like, if should you do it early or should you wait like to the middle? How important is meeting and greet? Like you meet somewhere like McDonald's, public
Right,
time. Not a date, just a meet
right.
and greet to make sure you're not getting catfish. How important is that to dating?
I think it's very important. It's very important because you know, your kids shouldn't just see this person in your house one day and they just, they wake up in the morning and this person just there, or that type of thing. There should be an actual setting where there's a conversation or an introduction to who it is and that sort of thing. And really, no matter how old the kids are, even if they're small, you just want to, I'll say kindergarten age or whatever, even if they're small like that, you at least want to just introduce. They know their name, that sort of thing. Your kid just shouldn't just wake up one day and it's some man standing in your damn house. They don't know who the fuck. They just in the kitchen with you. You in there cooking something or whatever. They in the kitchen with you, or, you know, they sitting on the couch with you watching TV, and they just see that happens so often. Like, you just start bringing the person in your house and like the kids are just not considered at all. Like their input is not considered. Um,
Mhm.
I think it should be because kids are people at the end of the day. Yes, they're supposed to listen to us and we run our house and all of that. Yeah. But when it comes to them sharing their space where that's the place where they're supposed to feel the safest in the world, I think that they should know who it is that's in there with them. So yeah.
Mhm. Absolutely. All right. I think the meet and greet is definitely important
Hmm.
because um, it's another way to break the ice. You know what I'm saying? Like so,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give an example. I like to give examples to kind of like let you know what I'm talking about. So Um, you go, you meet and greet with the person. Hold on, we got somebody in the back chat. We got the beautiful queen, the verbal assassin, coming on up. Peace and love to peace and love to verbal. Yeah.
Hi.
All right. So, how you doing? How you doing?
Good.
All right. So we're giving you jump right in. We're giving the perspectives on the question I just put on the panel and in the chat. It was how important is meeting and greeting, and I was just about to give my perspective. So going right back into it. I think it's important because the example I was going to give is, you go on your meet and greet. You see if you like them, if you're physically attracted to them, if there's some sort of chemistry. And go right back to engaging back in conversation on the phone. And now, if they're really into you, you feel the energy of the conversation heighten more because, like, they were like, "Damn, he looked good," or "He was handsome," or you're like, "Yo, shorty was dead. I'm really gonna really put a good effort towards this. I ain't gonna mess this up." You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a great tool during dating, especially if you got a long term end goal. That's my perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You got anything on that, verbal?
Um, well, I just came up to say hi to you guys. Hi. I was
that's
in
what,
the chat.
that's
April, you did a great job with the first half. I know it can kind of sometimes be nerve-wracking, but you did a great job. So I just wanted to let you know. And Chef, you're doing a great job with your channel.
I appreciate
So
it.
I
I
thought we
appreciate
were
that.
camming up, so I'm gonna go off camera because I thought we was camming
Oh,
up, but
we
I
can
guess that was
cam
the
up.
first half.
Nah, we can cam up. I just gotta pay. I gotta pay
yeah,
attention to the chat. Yo, they was yelling at me for not paying attention.
I'm just stuffing my face.
So, okay, so I have a question.
What's the
I
question?
was I was listening earlier, just a little bit ago, and I guess there was a question from someone in the chat asking, was the question, is it okay for women to ask men to marry them? Was that the question? Did I get that right?
Yes, it was.
That was.
Yes, it was. That was definitely the question.
Mhm.
Okay, so I think you said, Chef, that you would like that.
I would. I would embrace it, but
Why?
I also said I would go back and do it and outdo her. I would accept it
Why would you embrace it, and why would you have to go back and outdo her? Why do you think that is?
for the traditional role in the marriage.
Okay,
So,
and what is that?
the man asking the woman, getting permission from her father.
Bingo. So the reason why you would go now, you would be flattered, and that's why you're saying you would embrace it because that's not something that women normally do. Normal women don't do that. So you would be flattered that this woman would actually, for me, stoop to that level to ask you to marry her. So that's that part of you embracing it. But your manhood dictates that you now have to come behind that and you have to be the one to ask. You have to do a follow up. When women are asked by men to be married, we feel no need at all whatsoever to do a follow up to that proposal because we are the ones who are supposed to be proposed to. That is the
Right.
natural order of things. That's why you would want to go back and redo it.
Absolutely.
It's just not something that women should do. Period, point blank. Don't
Right.
do that. If a
Yeah.
man
Oh,
loves you, he will make it known. He will
Absolutely.
do it. And if he's not doing it, no answer is your answer. You move
Hmm.
on and you don't waste time. You never as a woman put yourself in a position where you are begging a man for your hand. You just don't need to do it because men know what they want and they know what they don't
Absolutely.
want and they will make it clear.
Absolutely.
That's that's all I wanted to say. It just burns me when any woman would even consider asking a man to marry her. But why would you do? You're putting yourself in a masculine role, and then you wonder why you're not being treated and adored and respected, honored as a woman. Pick a lane.
man.
Pick
Right.
a lane.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you. I mean,
Mhm.
I can't even say nothing else to that. Pick your lane and make sure that's where you want to be. But like I said, I definitely still would embrace it. I don't. I would think. I would wonder why she wants to do it so fast or whatever. Because for me, that's my end goal. So I would probably already beat her to the punch. You know what I mean?
I think all men would be flattered by it. Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that would be normal to be flattered by that, because it's always flattering when someone cares about us, loves us, likes us, or is attracted to us. Even if we don't feel the same for them, it's still flattering that someone feels that way about us. So I
Right.
get that you would like, okay, this is kind of, but
Uh,
there would be something in your spirit as a man that would not sit right with you. That's why you already know you would have to come back and you would have to outdo her because you're trying to correct something
yeah.
that went
Right.
wrong.
Uh-huh. Or she just beat
Yeah,
me to the punch.
this is just unnatural. Like a woman down on her knee, like,
Yeah.
Why would
it's
you do that?
I don't know.
like
I don't know why she would do
about to get some heat.
what.
What you about to do?
Uh,
Look,
some women demand
okay.
marriage though. They ain't about that dating life for too long. They demand marriage anyway. Like,
Right. But there's a
Yeah.
way to do that without asking him to marry you.
oh yeah, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying most women that's their end goal. Period. Like that's what they've seen all. That's what they want. That their dating
Yeah.
purpose is to find that ideal mate, that ideal long term partner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why women should not waste too much time. You have to get in, get
Thank
on,
you.
and get out.
Uh
And
huh.
as soon
Thank
as you see that it is not going, you're at the spork and it's going left and you want it to go right, it's not going that way. Well, then that's when you make your exit.
Uh
You let
huh.
them go their way and you go yours. But dating is a numbers game. That's just what it is. And the majority of people that we meet and date, we will not have a relationship that works out with them. That the majority of people. So you have to get them out. It's like you have these stick figures on a board, and you got to cross them out because somewhere within that line of stick figures of men that you're going to date, that one for you is going to be within that line, but you have to cross them out really quick and get because the quicker you get them out, the quicker you get to
Yeah.
the one that you're supposed to be with.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. You gotta weed them out, verbal. Gotta weed them out. So let me get this
Quick.
spicy. Get them out of here. All right. So Spicy Red asked me a question. She said, "How do you feel about a woman who you desire has kids, but she doesn't have custody, and she pays child support? From a man perspective, what impression does that send? Uh, for one, it's gonna remind me not to have kids with her. Uh,
Ooh.
for two, that's not a bad thing, you know. But maybe you got to think about it. Maybe the father wanted to be in his kid's life that much, and maybe she felt like moving on with her career, and the kids had a better opportunity with the father. I'm not saying that's all situations, but sometimes that's the case in some situations. So um, I couldn't give a blanketed perspective on that, but what I can say is treat her like the niggas get treated. Make sure she making them payments on time. That's what I can say because that says a lot when you're complaining about what you got to do for your children, what you brought into this life, what made you a man, what solidifies your manhood. You know, give
Mhm.
prudence to that. So I appreciate that question. Spicy Red Cooking Diva. Word.
Spicy red.
All right. So Emmanuel Briggs, what's up, my brother? He said, I've been through that situation. Exactly. It all depends on why she doesn't have custody. Absolutely. It definitely all depends.
Mhm.
All right. A man who loves you will do whatever, whenever, however. I couldn't agree more. Absolutely.
That is true.
Yeah, I would embrace that she loves me more. But like my mom always told me, find a man who loves you more than you love him. Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah, don't you
yes.
do that? Yeah. I always say I love you more. I always say that. I'm not I love you more man. Your mom's a very smart woman. Salute to her. Salute to her energy. Yo, what's going on, Dome? I see.
But like Verbal said, wasting that time, that's why you have those important conversations early on because if you see from pretty much the start that y'all ain't on the same page or y'all ain't trying to do the same thing, it's just like get it out of there. And then if they are not totally truthful and you do get past and go further and get somewhere, but you see it, there's signs showing you, they are showing you like, look, I don't want the same thing you want, but I want you, but I don't want what you want, you know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what it usually is. Get out of there, let them people go.
Let him go.
The like Verbal said, the faster you let the wrong one go, the quicker you'll get the right one.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
even
And the
if
thing,
you spend that time by yourself, that it's okay to be by yourself for a while. It's okay to, you know, um, just enjoy life by yourself, get to know what you like, what you don't like, see the world by yourself. It's okay to do all of those things because, and then when you do have somebody doing those things with you, you appreciate it in a different manner, in a different way,
Absolutely.
can
but
I,
don't
can
just
I,
have somebody
oh,
just
sorry, I'm
because you don't
sorry.
want to be by yourself or because you feel like I spent this amount of time with them, do I just throw that away? Yes, throw it
Yeah,
away. Throw that shit
right.
away
It's
and
trash.
keep it moving.
Right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You making yourself miserable on for no reason, on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Life, you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know when the next day is coming, if it's gonna be there for you or not, if you're gonna be a part of it or not. So, you better control what you can control in your life and, and get those people that are not for you out of there.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that's why I say too, along those lines, April, is that it's important for women to listen to what men say, believe what they're saying to you about the relationship
So,
and
Chef,
how they feel.
how do you feel about now I heard this from a guy,
Can,
he's
can you guys not hear me?
a
I mean,
self-proclaimed relationship
Oh, okay.
expert
Okay.
or life
I
coach
don't
type of
think
person. Can you hear me? I can't hear
uh
y'all. I'm gonna go
oh,
out and come back in.
all right. Go ahead, verbal.
Yeah, what I was saying, I don't think she could hear me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what I was saying along the lines of what April was saying about men and watching them and taking your time to see who they show up as for women. That's why I always say that you should believe what a man says to you, but not above his actions. And what I mean by that is, so okay, so you know how they say that you don't listen to his words, you listen to it, you watch his actions and his actions will tell you, right? But and that is absolutely true. But I believe in the case of a man who's telling you that he loves you and wants to be with you and wants to create this life with you, but his actions are not showing that, then you have to believe the actions, right?
Mm-hmm.
If a man is saying to you that he does not want a relationship,
Mhm.
he does not care about you in that way, and he's not interested in anything long term, however, his actions are making you think that he is, you don't listen to the actions in that case. You just listen to the words.
Mm-hmm.
Because those words of affirmation or him saying no I don't but then showing you that I do, that's the trick, that's the game, so that
Yep.
it keeps you in this space of confusion, like, well, he treats me like I'm his girlfriend, he acts like I'm his girlfriend, but what he's saying verbally and even what he might be saying to other people, oh, we're not together, we're not, you can't. So in that instance, you have to pay attention to the words and not the action. Does that make sense? And
Yeah.
the reason why I'm saying that is because it should match. It should always match.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not always going to be a case of watch the actions and not the words. Sometimes you're going to need to actually listen to the words even when the actions don't match up.
Yeah,
Mhm.
show and prove. Show
Mhm.
and prove. And prove. Let me read
Yeah.
the questions in the chat. Um, Michelle says, why do men love
Well,
let's
because
go
I
there?
always say like a man
So that's for the
will
panel.
say what
Go ahead. Either one of you can answer it. Why do men love a bitch?
oh oh my
She
goodness.
said,
Oh
let's go
my
there.
goodness.
She want to know why. Why do
Wait, I'm sorry. What was the question?
I
why do
think
men?
a lot of
I
men
don't think she can hear us.
they want the best.
Uh,
April, can you hear
Yeah,
us?
let's go there. They want
Okay.
the best of
I
both
don't think she can
worlds.
hear.
So it's like
Yo, April, you bugging, babe. You bugging. She gonna come back. All right. Yes, I can tell you. Maybe they like that type of personality in a woman. That's what they like. I couldn't tell you because that's not my thing. Um, but if she looks really good, I'll put up with it for a little while. But that's just not my thing. It's just not my thing. You know what I'm
Well, I think that we have to define. Okay, so what was the question? I was out what I was asking. I don't think April could hear. What
Oh,
was the
okay.
question?
So Michelle Plasko says, "Why do men love a bitch?"
Okay, so um, first you have to define what you mean by bitch, because what I do know about the men that I've dated, the experiences I've had, my uncles and cousins or what have you, men like a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Men do not want a doormat, specifically an alpha male, which is what most women want.
Right.
So you have to come to the relationship with a voice and not be afraid to use that voice. You should use that voice respectfully because men need to feel respected by you. And if you want this relationship to work, then you need to use your voice respectfully, but you should never ever be afraid to disagree or to voice your opinion, and to actually sometimes you have to give your man a little guidance on a way where he is not gonna, if you think that he's veering off a wrong path.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an art in doing that with men where they can appreciate it and they can hear you and not think that you're trying to emasculate them. So it just depends on what do you mean by bitch. Now that question sounds like a book that I read. I can't remember them. It was two ladies, I think. And the book was called Why Men Love Bitches. I read that book. I have that book. And if you read that book, the woman isn't actually really a bitch, like in a negative way. But what she is she's confident. She understands who she is as a woman. She embraces her femininity, and she knows what she wants. And she's not afraid to not only voice what she wants and what she needs in her relationships, but she's also not afraid to walk away.
Mm-hmm.
That is what a bitch in a relationship is to me, is the woman who's not afraid to walk away from a situation that does not serve her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got a totally different perspective of a bitch, but I can agree with that definition of it, that define of it. Mine would be like um pretty much the action of the woman. So like say if we had sex, you know, we agreed to have sex, it was mutual, and then she went and told everybody I raped her. That's a bitch. That
Yeah,
bitch told everybody I raped her.
yeah. That is not, yeah, that's something completely and totally out of, yeah, it's not, I get what you're saying, but yeah, no,
So that's the only way I can answer that question. Now, a woman with like you said, that challenge. I'm all for that. Like I need that.
Right.
That's the type of woman I like them from the ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
That's word up. So
Yeah.
if that's what you mean, that's what a bitch is. I don't see that as a bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and but that's why I'm saying that book, what the question sounded like, that book, Why Men Love Bitches, is a very popular book. It's a really good book,
Uh
um,
huh.
but it's it has nothing to do with being a bad person, a bad woman, a low life trash woman who disrespects people. The book is really about being full, quote unquote, full of yourself, loving yourself and having healthy boundaries and standards.
Right.
That's what it's really about.
Absolutely. All right. So let me read some of the stuff in the chat. I know I missed a lot of stuff. All right. So Spicy Red Cooks and Diva says, late Miss Maya Angelou said, when someone tells and or show you who they are, believe it. Absolutely agree with that.
Yep.
Uh, I don't mean a bitch like a bad woman, rather moody or sometimes verbally aggressive. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
I'm
I'm cool with that. Too blessed to be stressed is in the building. So, Queen, I see you. I see you out here on all these platforms. Big up to that viral video of yours breaking down the perspective of what women put up with and what they shouldn't and how they shouldn't act and how they should receive that king's knowledge. Word, salute to you again. I love that queen right there. She's very knowledgeable. She's definitely someone I like to listen to when it comes to the universe between a man and a woman. Let's go. For all the
Mm,
queens and beautiful perspectives. I gotta let y'all know every time I come on the chat, I appreciate all your energy. And that's no gimmick. It helps me grow. It got me through surviving love, and that's the real deal right there. So salute to that again. It always just makes me say things when I see the beautiful people that I met on this platform come through and show the boys some love. I've been here for like almost 2 years, and these people in blue have stuck with me for that long, and it just lights up my eyes when I see them. Salute, word.
mm-hmm.
So let me see. She said I never read the book. I will look it up. I guess she's talking about the book you talking about, verbal. That's
Yes, Why Men Love
the
Bitches.
book.
It's a great book.
All right. So if you wanted to if you wanted to, this is for the chat and for the panel. If you wanted to impress someone, and show them that you're really for the long haul, what would your ideal date be?
Since I'm up here, I'll speak on it. Is that a question for men?
Yeah, it's a metro sexual question.
Is it?
Anybody can answer it.
Okay, so I have a certain perspective
Uh huh.
about women and men and dating. And I am a firm believer and expect to be courted. And if I'm not going to be courted or a man doesn't want to take that type of time to do so, then he's not the man for me. I say all this to say that I personally would not plan, I don't plan dates. I don't plan dates, especially in the beginning of a relationship, because I think that is a man's job to impress me as a woman, and I think that fulfills a man when he can get the satisfaction of a woman and he can please her, because men are goal oriented. And when a man is fulfilling that, he's reaching his goal, he sees that he's pleasing you, that makes him actually like you more because he knows that he can make you happy. And that's very important to men, to make the woman they like and care about or love happy. That's important. And so you have
Uh
to
huh.
give him the space in the room to do his man thing and let him do it. So for me as a woman, that's why I said, is that question to men, I wouldn't personally plan a date to impress a man. Now if we're in a relationship, we've been together for a while, it's our anniversary, it's his birthday, then yeah, it's all good. But just to snap him, to nab him, to get him. I don't do tricks.
Right. And you shouldn't. So here's where I'm gonna go with that. So if a man takes you to Miami on his birthday, that's not a good date. If he takes you and it has nothing to do with he was already gone or something like that, that's the difference between the date. It's his intentions, it's why he's doing it, and these are the things you have to look at when a man is courting you, when a man is showing you what he got. And the way I would like for the queens to answer it, maybe sometimes I gotta be more direct with my question and I'm getting better. I'm growing as a host and I'm keep doing my thing. But I would like for you to say what would show you that he's really serious about you during the dating process. Which date would say that? What kind of date?
April, hi, you're back. I'll let you take it.
Hi, I'm back. Well, letting me know that he's serious. Being consistent, keeping his word, um, just basically, whatever, just the communication should be consistent. Um, the things that he plans and things like that.
Uh-huh.
Consistency. Say that. I just think that, there should be constant communication. He should be checking up on me. Yes, he should be planning things. He should be trying to uh, think of different ways for us to get together. And, because a man, usually when he's interested, he tries to find ways he wants to talk to you, he wants to see you, he wants to spend time with you, and those sorts of things. So I just think, and then when we do speak and we plan something, or whatever he says, he should stand by that.
Mm-hmm.
He shouldn't waver from that. um and that for me is like, makes me know that he's serious, because he's not going to be flighty, or he's not going to try me. Men will, sometimes they will try to plan things, and then they're no call, no show, they're late, they're here, they're there, and you really don't know what they're doing. So I really think when a man is consistent, when he wants to speak to you on the phone, he wants to like talking to you, and planning things, and wanting to meet up with you the next week. He always wants to meet up with you and that sort of thing.
Right.
And just being consistent and standing by whatever it is that we talk about, he should follow through with that.
All right.
Yeah, I agree completely. I totally agree. I think consistency is the main way that you will know how a person really feels about you and if they're
Mm-hmm.
serious. Um, that's really the only thing that's really going to tell you is the consistency. I mean, one fantastic romantic date, and then you don't hear from him for 2 weeks. And then he
Right.
texts you at 10 o'clock at night saying WYD. He can't even bother to write the words out. Yeah, that's just something else a little shaky there. So,
Yeah.
and I mean, for me personally, any man that is actually, it's actually turned into a real relationship where he loved me. It was a real relationship. He never ever went missing.
Mm-hmm.
There were never times where I could not reach him if I wanted to.
Right.
The phone was always picked up, or if I hadn't called, which I don't really do much calling because I let men pursue. But let's just say we're, a few months into it and I feel comfortable that I can call him. He's picking up the phone. Those are the relationships that I've had. Those are the men that I've been with that have actually turned into, real relationships. So does he answer your call? Does he text you back and it doesn't take him 5 hours to do so? If he's in a meeting and you call him, obviously can't answer in a meeting, but and a man told me this, one I very much respect. He has since passed away. It's my cousin. He was a really wonderful man. So he gave me a lot of information, and he was dating his wife, but they were just dating at the time. And he said, because I would talk to him about my own experiences with any guy I'm dating. I would bounce stuff off of him, and it's always great for a woman to have a man that you trust and respect, who will give you the truth, not tickle your ears, and who will put a mirror up to your face and tell you what you may be doing wrong.
Uh-huh.
So that's a sidebar. But he told me, even if I'm in a meeting and I can't answer when she calls, in the next 5 or 10 minutes or so, I will excuse myself from that meeting, go outside, text her or call her really quickly and let her know why I could not answer that phone call and when I will call her.
Right.
Okay. That's what he said. He's like, as a man, if it's someone that you really are into, you just do not ignore her calls and texts. You just don't do it. It just doesn't happen. So look out for that too, the communication. How responsive is he to you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And because he cares about what she's thinking. He doesn't want her mind to wander, and he also cares, what is it that she needs, or what is, she's calling, she needs
Right,
something, or she wants something,
right.
and he cares about that. So so yeah, so that's important. The communication and answering the phone calls, not always text messages, phone calls, like that's important
Yeah.
to be able to call someone and they answer their phone and be able to speak to someone on the phone.
All
Because
right.
people fall in love with text messages, and I don't get it. I don't.
Can't understand it. And it's always my thing if I meet a new man and he's texting me, I'm turned off immediately, because to me that signals that you're not alpha enough, you're not man enough to pick up a phone and talk to me like a man would do to a woman. So it looks weak to me, and I know this is this new millennial, stuff that they got going on, but it's just, there's, what they say. I know our mother, y'all have heard your mom say this. I know I have, or your grandmothers, that there is nothing new under the sun. Dating is also one of those things. And the reason I say that is because although there are different ways to date and people are dating differently, when someone is serious about you and they're really looking for something real, they're going to make a true connection with you. And it is not going to be over text. It's just not.
All right.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
what about when you try to talk to a woman and she don't want to give you the phone number? She only want to
She
text.
doesn't like you
What do
and
you
you
care
move
about?
on.
Huh?
She doesn't like you and you move on.
That might not be true.
So why wouldn't she want to give you her phone number, Chef?
Uh,
Uh,
real private, man. It's just real
no,
private. You gotta,
no,
you gotta,
no,
you gotta
sir,
take them there. You gotta take them there.
no,
You gotta
sir.
you gotta break down them layers.
How many layers can you break down in that first interaction asking for a phone number?
Sometimes it's worth it.
I mean, breaking down layers takes time and getting to know a person. How you're standing there, you see a person, you see this woman, she's attractive, you like the way she carries herself, and you're like, let me go ahead over here. And she just isn't interested. How many layers can you break down in that interaction?
As far as making her feel comfortable enough that she can trust me with her phone number, her personal information. I think there should be a lot of layers. A woman is vulnerable as far as information and stuff like that because you don't want to give the wrong person access to you right away. You know,
Okay, but that's what Google Voice is for.
I'm just saying.
Ladies, I'm talking to the ladies in the chat. Anyone listening, get a Google Voice number.
Uh
And you
huh.
can't trace it. They won't have your real phone number, but you can set it up where it comes right to your same cell phone. And if they're not right, you can delete that number, or you can just completely block them, and they have no other way. They have no way of accessing you. They don't have your actual personal phone number. It's an internet number. And so when you're now here dating, have that, you know before you start giving out any personal information.
I'm
So,
just
maybe she doesn't have a Google Voice number to give you, Chef. But women like attractive men just like men like attractive women. And I don't understand where I'm hearing certain men, not you, Chef, but certain men thinking that women are supposed to just want to date you just because you ask them to date you. We
right.
like we like our eyes to be tickled too, you know. We like that little flutter and that butterfly. And we like to be like, oh, he's hot, he's sexy. You know what I'm saying? If we think you're sexy and hot, you're giving a number, whether it's a Google number or anything else, because we're gonna want to see what you're about.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
Now that's usually how it goes. I'm just saying for the instances that it don't go like that. That's all I was saying. It
Oh, okay.
for me, it normally goes with the way you're going. If I'm trying to get a number, you know what I'm saying? I usually don't really
Uh-huh.
have those issues. For one, because with that woman, I'm within my lane already. I know I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm not dealing with somebody who's not going to be, designed for me because I was her friend first. I make sure that there's that type of chemistry anyway. You know what I'm saying? Before I play myself and get turned down, and I could have just found out if if she was into me or not, and saved myself the time and humiliation. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't really be having
right.
those.
I mean,
I don't.
I think you can be persistent if you know the woman a little bit. Like, let's say you meet her through work or something like that, and you're gonna see her again. There are ways to incrementally get her to start to be interested in you. And if she's not physically attracted initially, your personality, your swagger, your confidence as a man can really get you over that hump of maybe not necessarily being her physical type.
Uh
Yes.
But if
huh.
you just want in cold from somebody you saw at the supermarket and she says no to the number, then you're just gonna have to chalk that up and
Oh yeah. Oh
buy your groceries and go home and eat your food.
oh yeah. Definitely. So too blessed to be stressed says this is what she says. She says men are intimidated by me. They say I always look mean. I think I just have
Oh,
resting bitch face.
yeah.
That's probably what
Me and you both
we
be
talked about
blessed.
earlier.
Yeah, I've had that before too. And I don't think there's anything wrong with having a resting bitch face
Yo,
because
what is
Uh,
sometimes
that?
you'll be in the store as a woman and a man who you don't know will ask you, why don't you smile, girl? Smile. April, I'm sure you've had this experience. Why aren't you
yeah.
smiling? And it's very
Yeah.
irritating because why aren't you smiling? Why should I be going to buy my stuff from the store, handling my business, and I should be walking around with a smile plastered on my face all day like an idiot? I don't think so. So it's weird.
Right.
However, is it blessed to be stressed? If you are in a situation like, let's say you're going to a party or something like that, and you're in the mood where you want to have a man approach you, then you're going to have to be approachable and you're going to have to work on the resting bitch face in those type of situations. I don't have a problem with resting bitch face, but if you want a man to approach you, you're going to have to work on resting bitch face because it's hard to approach people anyway. And it's hard for men to do so. And they're in the position where they have to do most of the approaching.
Right.
So your job as a woman to make it easier for him to approach you. Not that you don't have to approach him, but you can give him the signs that say, I can approach her and she's not going to bite my head off.
Uh
Yes.
huh.
I
Yeah.
agree. Yes.
I mean, I see if I can make her laugh. If I can make her laugh, then it's still a chance. It's still a, because look, I know sometimes women
I'm giving.
are different than the way a man is thrown off. The kids could be late to school and in lies her resting bitch face. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing else. It's just that her schedule was thrown off. They missed the bus. Now she had to drop them off to school. Now she late to work, and in between late to work, you see her at the 7-Eleven getting her coffee, which she normally get at 8 o'clock. Now she getting at 8:15, and here you come talking about, yo, what's up, man?
You better not come. Come out. What's up, mom? See? See,
Right. So sometimes the resting bitch face is needed sometimes, but
Right.
I do understand a woman, so I'll just see if there's some sort of you know, laughter or something. Because
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's a good way to do it. That's what I was going to say for the men. If you come across that and you find her attractive, but you see she's got resting bitch face on, if you really want to talk to her, you feel that's that thing for her, it's better to not tell her to smile because you don't know what happened. Her father could have just died. You know what I
yeah.
mean? She could have just gotten all her
yeah,
rent money stolen. You don't know why she's not smiling, so don't tell her to smile. Ask her if she's okay. How's your day
yeah,
doing going? You look a little upset. Are you all right? Ask her that.
Hmm.
And then she might open up the plug and be like, no, I'm not all right. And this happened to me. And then you're that person who's not just trying to get her to do something that's going to make you feel better, like her smiling, but you're interested in why she doesn't have a smile. So you're asking
Hmm.
questions. And I think
Right.
that's something that men should do instead of telling women, random strange women, to smile.
that's awesome. I love that.
So I got another great
Yeah,
question. Um, Donna says, "What's up with the text dating? That's a deal breaker with me and my man."
yeah,
How
no,
you feel? I think so. Yeah. No, I mean I can do it, but I'm just not good at it. I'll be missing a
yeah.
couple in there.
It's like text messaging for me, I feel like it's supposed to be, a quick form of communication when you can't have those phone calls. It's just checking up on somebody, maybe asking a question, following up with a conversation you had, something like that. Not meant for these huge paragraphs and you just pouring out your heart and soul through a text message. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I just can't. Like, I can't have these text message relationships. You don't ever really build anything with the person. You build it with the phone. You don't even know if it's really the other person. You don't know who's on the other end actually answering you. I mean, you have an idea, but it could be somebody playing a joke on you or something. You see all these people getting catfish. So but
Mm,
yeah, I just feel like, conversations, phone conversations, you hear the person's voice, you have their personality, their feelings behind what they're saying, all of that, FaceTime, you're looking at them, you can see their face, there's something for you to connect to. Um, Text messaging, I feel like, that's just for people who don't really have the best of intentions, or they're not comfortable with expressing how they feel and expressing emotion. And so it's more better for them to just say what they need to say through a text message. So yeah, so I
mm,
mean, to each their own, but it's just not.
mm-hmm. All right. So Shell, she been bringing the funk tonight. She says my husband
Yeah,
was a coworker, and we started as friends. And I would come to work bitchy and stressed, and he made me laugh. Then made me breakfast. That's what's up. Appreciate that. Word. Sometimes you gotta get beneath them layers. That's what I was saying, man. Sometimes it's worth it. All right, starting out as friends is good before sex. Absolutely,
yeah, yeah,
you should get to know each other before sex and emotion. Yeah.
yeah,
Somebody had asked about what about love on first sight. Um, Sometimes like love at first sight is hard to avoid. Sex and emotion. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say that because a lot of women have gave themselves to me on the first date. Not the first time talking, not the first time, interacting, but the first time meeting, we had sex. And I didn't look at them any different. So, I guess that's another situation to each his own. You know what I mean? What else? Donna's agreeing with Michelle. And Michelle says you need to take the time to get to know someone. Absolutely. Time is something. That's why I said dating with a purpose, because like I always tell you, like I always remind everybody, time is something you can't get back. If you don't look at your time as your greatest possession, then you will lose a lot of life. And if you don't understand what I mean by that, I want you to take some time to yourself and understand what I mean by that. So yeah, we're getting some great stuff in the chat, and I definitely appreciate all the love from the kings and the queens that came through. All right. So Michelle says, so many people confuse lust and love.
Yes.
All right.
So basically, along with you saying, she's absolutely correct. And what you were saying, you think that it can happen. For me, I don't think that true love happens on first sight, because true love takes time.
Uh-huh.
And being in a relationship and, having, a spouse or what have you start to see that initial attraction, the lust part of a relationship, that initial excitement and all of that, that's really actually a bonding agent. And everyone has, both parties have all these chemicals going through their brain and their bodies and all of that. And that is to bond you to your partner, specifically biologically, for the raising and providing of children.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biological part of it. So I definitely think there's lust at first sight, absolutely. But true love, real love, no, because love changes over time. And sometimes it goes away, and sometimes it gets deeper, and it's far beyond those initial stages of love.
Uh-huh.
So, to really love someone, you have to really know them. You have to see them in all kinds of situations. You have to see them at their worst, and and when you see them at their worst, you have to be able to recognize if you still love that monster that's right in front of you, because we all have our days and our moments.
Mm-hmm.
That's love. When you wake up every morning and you decide to continue loving this weirdo.
That is weird.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way to look at it. Absolutely. Verbal is spitting that fire tonight. Yo, Verbal always spit that fire. Most definitely. All of y'all be bringing that fire. Every last one of y'all in this chat, on this panel, bring that real. For real, for real. All right, so we got a question for Act April. What's your view on men that kiss and tell? Him and her had a secret relationship, then broke up. He's out their relationship. He outs their relationship. How do you what do you feel about that? Donna asks you.
I feel I just feel like it's childish. It's childish. I feel like when a person does that, they are trying to hurt that person or trying to embarrass them in some kind of way. So it's not any they're also hurt themselves and they're trying to make that person feel what they're feeling. Um Maybe trying to sway the opinion of people that they know or people that know her or him. Um Trying to embarrass them publicly, trying to, uh, make them hurt the way that they are hurting. I don't agree with it at all. But then too, let me just say this: I don't feel like, and this is where individual preference comes into play, and the interactions that you choose to have are very personal. Um,
Mhm.
so I don't feel like it's anybody's business of who you have a sexual relationship with, but I also don't believe in being kept a secret either. So, for them to be, have had in some type of secret relationship or that nobody knew about and you chose to make it public, someone was doing some kind of wrong, I feel like. Um,
If a
so I
man wants
mean,
to keep you secret, you are not the one, honey. Just know
Mhm.
yeah,
that.
yeah. And right. And so, somebody was doing some wrong. They were doing something they didn't have no business. And that's where honesty comes into play. Just be honest about what you want, what you're trying to do, and nobody can embarrass you at that point. Whatever is out there is out there. And if somebody gets hurt and tries to embarrass you, there is nothing, because it's like you weren't ever hiding anything in the first place. But I do feel like it's very childish, and it's just a way to get back at somebody.
And Donna is correct. She just put in the chat, plus that is a narcissist sign, red flag, smear campaign. And when I first heard the question, that's exactly what I thought, because that's absolutely something a narcissist would do, because they are hateful and they
Mm-hmm.
are full of revenge and they do not like to lose. So the smear
Absolutely.
campaign will usually come, and it's funny because people think it comes after a relationship, but normally the narcissist is smearing you all along within the relationship, during the relationship. This is how they
Yeah.
operate. So Donna is absolutely correct.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. They always have to be above you or better than you, or it's always about that image, and them being more than whoever, everybody.
Right.
Everybody, ain't nobody better than them. And it should always go their way. So if something isn't going their way, they're damn sure gonna try to make it so that, you're not gonna just go away just clean slate.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
All right.
They're
So
they
here's a question for the panel in the chat. Um,
Mhm.
while dating, my end goal will always be to find someone for long term. How long while this man is courting you and you guys are dating should you make before you'll make it serious? How much time should pass before you'll make it serious? What's a good time to say let's make it serious?
Do you want me to take that one, April, or you? You
Yeah,
want to take?
yeah, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay. As far as time frame, that is different from everyone, but there are factors you have to consider when you're dating and you have a specific purpose like marriage and babies. We all know that women have a shelf life in that babies, babies area. So if you see yourself getting, close to the time where it's going to be very difficult, if not impossible, for you to have children, and you're of a certain age or what have you, then you really cannot afford to waste too much time with someone who's waffling and wobbling and doesn't know. If they don't know, then the answer is no.
Yeah.
And I think it's just very important because, like Chef was saying earlier, you have to understand. This is very important to understand that time is the only commodity that exists that cannot be replenished. That's
Mhm.
the only thing you can't get back. You can lose everything else. God forbid, family members, children, husbands, and wives. Everyone dies. You can lose it. But you can also go and get another husband or a wife. Not that that will replace someone. I want y'all to understand what I'm saying because I've had a spouse die. So, I'm not being insensitive here. But the reality is that you can remarry. And if you can still have children, you can have another child, right? So, but
Right.
time, you can't replenish that. Once it's gone, it's gone. So you have to be very, very specific about how you're going to spend your time, who you're going to spend it with, what you accept and what you won't. You have to be a beast in this dating game right here. You cannot afford to be soft. You got to be a beast with it. And no apologies. No apologies.
Unapologetic. Unapologetic.
Yeah.
Real. Don't play with my time. That will get you ousted real quick. I'm just telling you.
Mhm.
You don't let nobody.
Yeah.
Don't let nobody do that to you for real. Yo, I'm glad you piggybacked off of that. That just gave me great energy. I appreciate that verbal. That was dope. I like that. For real, for real.
Mhm.
All right. So let me read some of the chat. Question from Donna to everyone on the panel. Give two signs the man is never going to marry me. He knows that is something the lady wants from him. Either one y'all can jump in on it.
Oh,
I'm a,
so you're asking for two signs that he doesn't want to marry you.
yeah.
I would say the number one sign would be um avoiding the topic altogether.
Absolutely.
You know, You
Uh-huh.
don't want to even
Absolutely.
talk about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, you don't want to really commit to anything. They're either, working on themselves or focused on this, or we got a good thing going, or, all that kind of stuff. They just avoid the topic altogether. Verbal, what do you think the next one would be?
Well, I
A
absolutely
second.
agree with that. Uh, like you said, they dodge the question, they change the subject, or they chuckle it off and make excuses.
Yeah.
So yeah, I absolutely agree with that. And let's see what another one would be. Well, how about the old saying that people don't like, but unfortunately, let's argue, y'all can be mad. But why buy the milk if you get the cow for free? So if you're running around here acting like a damn wife, you're cooking dinners and you're cooking breakfast and you're cleaning houses and you're doing laundry and you're sexing on demand, then
Uh-huh.
you're a pretend starter wife who is now giving him absolutely no incentive to marry you. Period.
None.
He allows you to enable him, so to speak.
Right.
No doubt. I
Yeah.
So
agree.
so yeah, the first one, what April said, is exactly what I was thinking, the avoiding and the dodging and the excuses of why you can't. And you've been with this man for like, I say to me, if you're over 30, I think that a year of dating, courting, getting to know each other, I think that's enough time. And honestly, I believe that men know whether or not you're wife material for them or they want to marry you long before that.
Right.
Long before that. So I'm being generous with a year. Okay.
I,
Because remember, we don't have time to waste here, right, guys? We don't have time to waste. So we're being
right.
generous.
I totally agree. With you
Right.
with the first answer, that's the number one answer I think all across the board. He's not even engaging in that conversation. But as a man, if you got a check for me because I'm not giving you time, then that's it right there. And I'm giving you that as a man.
Right. Right.
A man should be strategic with his time. I know how much time is devoted to making money. And I know how much time I got between sleep and making money that I give to that woman of my choice. Now, if I got 4 hours and you're only getting a half an hour out of that 4 hours, there's an issue. And I'm just giving you game.
Mhm. Mhm.
Absolutely.
Okay, and let me just say real okay, let me add this in here real quick because I was starting to speak on this topic earlier and just get what you think about this. Okay, so there is a popular social media life coach, right? And he's supposed to be, he's self-proclaimed a relationship expert. And he says, um, 2 to 3 years. Like you're 2 to 3 years, you give a man before he will basically before you say nah, like you just let it go or whatever as far as him committing to marriage. And then he goes even further to say that, he says a lot of men they marry and they aren't even in love yet. They don't even a lot of men don't even fall in love until after they get married because they just basically do it to make the woman happy. But that 3 year thing, like commit to 3 years
I
just to
can't. I
see if
can't
a
do it.
person
I
is going
can't
to
do
marry
it.
you.
No. No. I don't know who this is they're actually talking about. I do watch a couple of them, or I have watched a couple of them. But we have to understand that we're also listening to a man's perspective, right?
Yeah.
Who has, not all men, and men don't have as long as they think they do, but who men have a longer reproductive window than women
Yeah.
do. So they
Yeah.
have they feel that they have more time to try you out. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
I'm not a tryout. You will not be trying me out. I will not be, performing for you. It's just not going to happen. And the reason why I can say that for me is because I have taken time apart away from relationships and spent time with myself and pampered myself and loved myself and dated myself so that I can have the self love and the confidence that I need to reject bullshit. I'm sorry, can I say that on your channel? Bullshit.
Yeah,
But
you
you
good.
know,
You good.
it learning how to walk away is a skill that every woman has to learn. And me personally, I just think there's no 3 years is good for teenagers. You know what I mean? They're not ready to actually marry
Uh-huh.
anyway. So if you're
Right.
18 and 19, you're dating, 3 years, that's fine. And you still probably aren't ready, you know?
Right.
But when we're in our 30s, in our 40s, and you're talking about
Right.
3 years, if you don't go somewhere with that, I do no, no, no. Because the thing is, you're gonna wait 3 years. He's not gonna marry you. You're gonna break up, and then 6 months later, he's gonna be married to the broad down the street. Facts.
Thank you. Thank
Fact.
That's
you.
how it's gonna go. So
And
don't play your.
that's why we having this conversation. Salute to
Thank you.
And I apologize, you guys, but I'm really passionate about this topic and dating. I've had a lot of experiences. I've had to bump my head. I've had to learn the hard way because I did not have anyone to teach me. So I had to learn
Yeah.
things myself through trial and error and reading and self help seminars and books and talking to other people. I had to learn these things. So I'm really passionate about it because I don't want women to make the same mistakes that I have made in wasting too much time when they absolutely do not have to.
hmm
Telling.
So
I agree.
forgive me if I'm sounding too like, but I'm just really passionate about this kind of topic.
You good, verbal.
Well, it's really important. It's really important, you know, not only with dating, but anything that we do in life. You know, time, you can't get it back. Once it's gone, it's gone. You'll look back 10 years later, you still trying to do some shit you was, just don't do it. Just don't do it. You feel your instincts tell you when something is wrong or right. Just listen to it.
hmm
Just just like your head hurts and you got to take care of that, whatever. You might have an ache or a pain and your body tells you when you need to rest. Your instincts tell you when you need to let something go and you just need to listen to it and move on and stop sending yourself through all these changes that you don't have to go through.
Right. My
Yeah.
my email is sociallybalancedsoaps@gmail.com. Could one of the moderators put it in the chat for me, please? Sociallybalancedsoap@gmail.com.
Yeah, and what Donna was saying, she just put in here. Now you have men that will do slick crap, breadcrumbs. He gets you engaged. He gets you an engagement ring just to string you along when you're still engaged for over 2 year break. See, and that's ridiculous to me. You know, once he gives you the ring, in the next couple of days, you need to be talking about a date. It's time to start planning. That's the signal. And if he doesn't want to plan, then he's giving you the ring to basically put a placeholder on you so you don't go anywhere and to shut you up for talking about marriage or what have you. You know, and at the end of the day, he's being selfish. So if you get an engagement ring and he's not trying to plan the wedding, you know, I wouldn't give the ring back because I'm hypergamous, so I need that. But he's gonna have you. You need to chuck up the deuces and become scarce. Become scarce with your time and attention. That's what you need to do.
hmm
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree. Absolutely. Yo, what's up? Land Run. Now she wants all my shit. What is he talking about? Was married for
Uh,
17 years. One day, girl just left. Well, now she want all your shit. Oh, okay. I was bringing in 100 150,000. I had 2 kids, and the bitch just started looking for something new. I'm sorry.
Was he satisfying her sexually?
I'm sorry you went through that, good brother. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the way you're putting it in the chat. So yeah, man, it happened. Go ahead, verbal. I was just
I
reading.
was just wondering if he was satisfying her sexually.
oh.
Mm, he'll let you know.
I mean, of course he's going to be like, "Oh yeah, I put it down. I did that." Yeah, of course he's going to say that, but we don't have her side. We don't know what she's saying.
He'll let you know.
I don't know. I mean, just like men get bored and don't get what they want from a woman and go looking, women do the same thing. Women need to be satisfied too. And what I'll say about that is that um, you have to teach a person how to treat you and please you. Okay. A lot of times, for the most part, when you meet people in dating and stuff like that, they are going to, you can kind of tell what type of person they dealt with before or
Mm-hmm.
prior to, and they will try to implement those same tactics on you. They'll try to treat you the same way. They'll try to please you the same way as they've done with other people. And if it's not working for you, you need to teach them that. You need to set those boundaries and have those conversations. And if either they're gonna conform or they're not. So, but you can't, like, I can't go and try to be with a man and treat him the same way I did somebody else. I have to listen to his needs and figure him out and watch him and learn him.
Hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
if it works with us, then it works.
Well, that's what
So
I'm
yeah.
saying too. I think men and women need to have that song. What you just said about how a man will try to treat you the way he treated the last one. I mean, because that's what he's used to getting away with. But
Yeah.
I think we're all on this panel old enough to remember that song. What is it? "Love Me in a Special Way." Is that by Switch or El DeBarge?
Mm.
you know
Oh,
and I think that that should be men and women's mantra, because you're a unique individual, and the way that you need to be loved is going to be different from the next person. And so I think we need to embrace how we need to be loved and let a person know, listen, you're dealing with me, you're not dealing with the last one, you're not dealing with the one that you might have you're dealing with me, and this is how it's going to go down if you want to be with me. And if you can't do that, then you can't be with me, and it's good. You got to be
Mm-hmm.
good. Again, goes back to being good with walking away.
Yeah, it sounds
yeah.
like Land of Run was in
You have to be willing to
a
walk
situation.
away. I, I don't care if you love, I'm sorry, just hold on. I don't care if you love somebody down to their side, whatever. You have to be willing to walk away for yourself. You
Mm,
have to love yourself more than you love another person, and you have to stand for something. You can't just let shit just go. You know what I'm saying? Because
right.
if you're not willing to walk away and that person knows that,
Oh man,
they're going to,
faster.
it's bad. It's bad. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to walk away. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just to be honest and for transparency, I literally love someone right now that I know that I can't be with because that relationship will not work. But I think when what we do and what I had to really work on and remember and work on myself with in this situation is that you can continue. It's okay to love someone. There's nothing wrong with loving someone. You love who you love, but you can love
Yeah.
people from afar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can love them and they not love you. It's okay, because you loving them has nothing really to do with them loving you. You just love who you love and you love them for why you love them. But you have to be okay with the fact that they might not feel the same, or they may not love you, or you might not be able to be in a relationship with them. And don't beat yourself up because you love someone that you feel like you shouldn't love. We put all these shoulda, woulda, couldas on ourselves, and we guilt our own selves, and beat our own selves down. Like, why do I love this man still? Why do I love this woman still? There's no why. You just feel the way you feel, and it's okay. But know, to April's point, that loving yourself is the most important. And you can love them from afar and show love and healthy respect to yourself. And if it goes away, it
Yeah.
goes away. And if it doesn't, it just doesn't. But you can have a good life just loving them, but they just need to be over there. You know what I mean? Sometimes they
Mm-hmm.
just need to be over there.
Word. Yeah, I'm big on love until you can't love no
Yeah.
more. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I am. Now I'm old school. Love a lot of emotion. I'm big on it. It's the way that, for me, you don't have to agree, but it's the way that we show appreciation for the person's effort. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It shows that their efforts are valuable to you
Mhm.
because that's what it is. You're making sure that they know that you love them and vice versa. They should be doing the same thing. It should be mutual.
Mhm.
Now everybody's effort isn't going to be the same, and that's where the problem lies. So if I give a lot, right? If I'm a lover and I give a lot, and I'm very emotional, and I'm all of that, I shouldn't expect the same exact thing, but I should expect something, some sort of effort.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because just because I'm a chef, I don't go into every situation thinking that the woman should know how to cook. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving that as an example. I know that's petty. I just want you to understand what I'm saying. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? I don't. If she can't cook, it's a deal breaker. No, that's not how it works. We got to bend and fold a little bit to make the person perfect for you. Nobody's perfect.
No.
Person will be perfect for you in time. And there's things you're gonna disagree with, and there's things that you're gonna be right dead smack in the middle. The most important thing is how do you get to those points? How much effort is put in getting to those situations? See, if you don't uncover these things, that means you're not putting forth the effort to getting to know a person. Because I can go on and on and on and on and on, and I promise you, there's things about me that you won't know as a woman if you don't dig. Because I'm not gonna just lay it out for you.
Mhm.
So
Well, where effort
when
comes.
go ahead.
I
I'm
just said that's where effort comes in.
mm-hmm,
You know, you have to
absolutely,
learn who you're dealing with.
absolutely.
Yeah,
My
and we go ahead.
go
I'm
ahead,
sorry.
nah, go ahead.
What I was saying is what you were saying is that it might not be the same, and that's true because everyone's different, but it does need to be enough for you. The effort they put in needs to be pleasing to you and
Mm-hmm.
enough. It might not be at your same level, but it does need to be.
Right. It needs to be fulfilling. It
Yeah,
needs to
yeah.
satisfy you. Absolutely. I can
Yeah.
tell you certain things that I don't expect is the most fulfilling for me. Like I'm clean. I'm a clean individual, right? I never, and this is the first time for everything. I never expected for a woman to come over and clean on top of me being clean because I'm clean. You know what I'm saying? And it just showed that's the type of woman I wanted, and it just showed me, wow, that little thing, something as little as that, is what you should value, and it blew me out of the water because, and I kid you not, that person had the most wonderful personality, and anything if anybody could take the blame for that situation, it's me. I know I'm crazy, but
Mhm.
she had a great personality, is what I'm saying, and that the effort that she went to show me that, hey, I like you. Look, I done came here and washed your dishes. You had two bowls and you fed me, and I washed both the dishes. I'm just showing you that, you know, I'm ready to go there with you because that's better than receiving a gift from someone. Like it's like, oh wow, she folded my clothes for me. I was doing laundry. I told her she could sit down and watch TV, and she got up to help me fold clothes. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's just
Mhm.
those are the things that get me.
Yeah.
That's what I look for. That's what
Little
you.
things that women do like to do, you know.
Yeah.
We like to do those little, but I think when I was talking about earlier, not buying the child, and if we get the milk for free, I think it's the auditioning part, which I've seen women do, where they just go overboard and act like a wife and do everything prove themselves worthy. And that's different than I'm coming to your house, chef, and you're cooking, and I go, you're like, oh, relax, whatever. And I go sit and relax and watch a movie, and I see it. And I'm like, and we've been dating for a minute. And then I'm like, oh, let me just fold these clothes while I'm sitting here watching TV. I don't have anything else to do. He's cooking me a great meal. It's just a kindness. You know what I mean? And that's
Yeah.
different
Right.
than just
Right.
auditioning to be someone's wife.
Yeah. I've been growing. And these are the things that I embrace because if you don't, you can miss a lot, man. There's great stuff. There's more great stuff than just scoring. That's why that will never be my end goal because once you like somebody said it earlier, once you did it, then you're just like, right? But you miss everything about the woman that makes her shine. You miss.
Mhm.
So let me ask you a question, Chef. So you said once you get it, I guess you're talking about the yoni. So once you get it, you're like, is that how men feel about having sex with a
Somebody
woman?
somebody said that earlier. I didn't say it. So,
Oh, okay.
nah, that's not my thing. Uh
Okay.
uh. I don't think any yoni that I'm quoting. I don't think it's. It's certain things that's make it but you know what I'm saying. Not too many. If I'm quoting it. I mean, so
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So
Mhm.
yeah,
like you said, I think you said earlier that you've dated women or met them and on the first date you ended up having sex, and you said you don't think of them differently, right?
right.
So what is that why don't you think of them differently? What is your reason for not judging them for that?
Okay, so prior to the sexual encounter, we was talking on the phone. We was planning to do stuff. We was planning to maybe go on vacation, a cruise, and stuff of that. None of that changes because we had sex. We're still gonna
Mm-hmm.
do things. We're still
Okay.
gonna put that amount of energy in there, and I'm still hoping to be with you long term. Um, I- during those situations, I'm usually without sex for a long period of time, like you know, three years. I think when that situation happened. So when that did happen, there's no way I can look at that bad because it was like 3 years before I had sex. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so what if it's 3 weeks?
Huh? What if was
What if it's 3 weeks? Oh, you're saying 3 weeks before you've had sex in
yeah,
period in
I
general,
right.
not three
Yeah.
years with this one person.
No.
Oh, okay.
I,
Okay.
I didn't have
So what
sex
do you
for
think it
3 years.
is about certain men who do judge a woman? Now they were right there with them. They were doing the same thing on the same first date. But they feel that they have some superior position to judge her as some kind of whore or loose woman because she has sex with him on the first date. What do you think that mindset comes from?
Um, a man's insecurity. A whore is a product of a insecure man's mentality
Mm-hmm.
because it's a title. So a woman, a woman,
Okay.
a woman sleeping with a man while she's married, there can be a title for that. You know what I'm saying? And only one that can give her that title is the man that she gave herself to.
Mm-hmm.
Um, sex by trial and error, promiscuous. Some of us have those times in our life. Some come earlier than later. I can't say that you shouldn't be fruitful and you should be labeled for being fruitful. You know what I'm saying? That's just me.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say every male feels like that, but I just think that I mean, if a woman belongs to somebody, then if she doesn't belong to nobody, then who are you to tell her? Like you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
that's where I stand on that one. That was a great question though.
Mm-hmm.
Fell off. Word. Let me read some of the questions in the chat. I've been missing it. All right. So You in a relationship with a lady that is absolutely phenomenal. The only problem you have with her is sex sucks. Will you stay or go? Um,
How
I'm not,
does sex suck for a man? I don't know.
I was about
How
to
does that
say.
happen?
I was about to say. I've never had that experience.
How does sex
Um,
suck for a man?
if I can tell you, I can say if it's not enough, that's when.
Okay.
So if it's like, dag man, in 3 months we had sex 3 times. That's once a month, and we had 3 times in 1 month, so there was 2 months of no sex. You know what I'm saying? If it
Okay.
that could be an issue for me.
That sounds like a man answer, but it's like, oh, the sex was bad. It's just kind of hard to have bad sex with men. That's why women is like, oh, my pussy is good, and it's just, yeah, come on, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
You're
absolutely.
dealing with the men. They just like vagina, so they'll make it work.
Yeah,
They're just happy to be getting it.
right.
So,
But so and another thing, I don't have sex. I have sex. I used to have sex when I was younger. I make love now, and it's definitely a difference. So there's
yeah,
gonna be
it is.
it's definitely. I just don't see it sucking. I like to have fun and have sex. It's not a workout. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Something fun. It's something that you can have. You can lead up to it. You can plan for it. It's ways to go about it. Fun for me. Sometimes it's a horny, spontaneous, like looking at them or like you're horny. You know what I'm saying? It can be that too as well, but that's with somebody that you're with. But for me, it's fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, I
Um,
do.
we're gonna do our closing statement. Maybe April will come back up. We've been rocking out for going
Hey,
on.
she's the host, so she needs to come
Yeah,
back up.
we're gonna give our closing statements, and we usually give you've been here a few times, and we love having you here. So we give our perspective to the people that listen to the chat. You know what I'm saying? And you might want to run interference if they find themselves in a bad situation. So your closing statement should be based off the topic of the chat, which is dating with a purpose. What is your end goal?
Hmm.
Um, you want to take it, you can, and we'll hopefully ask April to come back through. But
What happened to her? She just dropped off.
it's probably the internet or something. Sometimes
Okay.
StreamYards they be messing around a little bit.
Right.
You got yards, so like they'll see that little pink thing saying your connection is disrupted or something.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I think since I'm here now, I think it's just really the best way to be able to love someone else properly is to love yourself fully,
Hmm.
um, to accept yourself, flaws and all, because we all have them, to know what it is you want. And when you know that that is what you want, then, along the lines of the title of this stream, you date with that purpose in mind and do not be apologetic about it. Everyone has every right to love, to be loved, to have love, to grow in love. Everyone has that right. And so you need to embrace that and not be ashamed of it. There's nothing wrong with loving someone. We're human beings. That's what we were put here to do, whether you believe in evolution, creation, whatever. It's our biological need. We are social creatures. And we wouldn't have these feelings within ourselves if we weren't supposed to do something with them. So don't ever, if you're dating someone and they make you feel shame or like you're weak or like there's something wrong with you because you love them, understand that there is 9 times out of 10 something wrong with them, because a lot of times people cannot accept your love because they don't love themselves. They have very low self-esteem, they're insecure, and they don't feel worthy of your love. So they will sabotage those relationships. They will sabotage the relationship with someone who could actually love them and who does love them, just because they feel terrible about themselves. And that's why I'm saying that in order for you to be able to receive love from someone and to give love to someone, you have to start with loving yourself. And it is not an easy thing to do, just because the way we're set up as humans, a lot of times we are our worst critics. But so it takes time, it takes effort to fully value and accept yourself and love yourself. But it is an effort and a journey worth going on. And you have to choose to do that every day. And like I said throughout this stream, you have to be willing to walk away from the table, as Nina Simone said, when love is not being served, if that's what you want. And you have to believe that the universe is there to grant your every wish. So if what you want is to be loved and fully loved and respected, live your life with the confidence that there is someone out there who's going to give you exactly that, exactly that. And it might not happen when you want it to, but it will happen. So that's my closing statement. Just encouragement. I know dating is very hard. I know, I experience it. I'm doing it. But it's a lot easier to date when you have full confidence in who you are and you make no apologies for who you are. And either people are going to like you or they're not, and it's okay if they don't. Everyone's not going to like you, but the one who's for you will love you. And everyone who came before, it'll be a blessing that they left your life.
Mm-hmm. Salute to the verbal assassin coming through with them arrows, with them darts, with them lethal projections of dating knowledge. Salute. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
you. Welcome. We appreciate you over here on Socially Balanced TV, and we hope to see you again.
Yes. And you can definitely make sure you keep coming up. I know I haven't done a video in a while. It's been about 2 weeks or so, but I'm going to get back on there, and please definitely come back through the chat. You always pretty much show up when I go on,
You know
live.
it.
Please
You
come
know it.
through, and I'm gonna drop that link, and we're gonna get it in. All right.
Facts. Peace and love to you. Spread love, not
Yes.
hate.
Peace to the chat. Peace to your channel. You're doing an awesome job. You seem like a really kind, respectful man, and I respect you. It's all love. Bless you. And April, you did a great job tonight. This was, it was just great. Thank you, everybody, for all the love. Thank you, Chef, for always welcoming me.
Word. Peace and love. Spread love, not hate. Salute to the verbal assassin. Ain't that woman knowledgeable? Ain't she full of knowledge, y'all? Tell me something. Is your mind not elevated? Is the content not lit? Huh? You know? Did we not deliver great content? Let me know. Because that's what I try to do. And Act April came up with a great, great topic. And salute to her. I respect that woman. I respect that queen. I respect the way she carried herself. Act April is a lit content creator that you should take the time to go check out. Today on Socially Balanced TV, she brought to the universe a topic that's really needed around these parts. Dating. How should you approach the person that you're interested in? How much of your guard should you let down to let them know that it's okay for them to come and talk to you and ask for your number? How long should you keep that bitch face on before they decide not to take the opportunity to holler at you? You see, dating is very important when your end goal is marriage. You know what I'm saying? And I really stress that you guys take the time and get to know that person. You know what I mean? Because like I always tell you, time ain't something you can get back once it's gone. I want you to set a standard high, but make sure that it's reachable, right? Because I know in our mind we want the perfect mate, but just like everything in this world, it takes hard work, and with hard work, you can achieve anything, even a great relationship. Take your time to focus on that individual. Lift up every rock, check every hole, look for every sign. Make sure that they value you as an individual. Make sure that they're giving you what you're giving them. Fair exchange. Around these parts, we spread love, not hate. And I like to thank everybody who came through and gave their perspective. All the great people in the chat, all my moderators, all the subscribers. Keep it coming. Don't let nobody hinder anything you got going on. And when it comes to you picking the mate, take your time. It's a trillion people out there. One of them could be for you. Be diligent in your approach. Because we heard tonight on the panel and on the chat, people like consistency. We heard that a lot. People like attention. We heard that a lot. We also like when people listen. We heard that a lot. So be willing to listen. Be willing to take it there. And I promise you, your end goal will be reached. Every story spoken can be a success story. Take your time to date and figure out who it is you're trying to be with for the rest of your life. I'd like to say thank you again to everybody who showed up. If you're rolling in here now, I can't see the chat, but I appreciate you. I really do. I really do. And this is my closing statement to dating with a purpose. What's my end game? What Chef Disaster end game is to find love, to find real true love. And I will look in every nook and cranny until I find it. I've survived love. I've came a long, 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 long way. And I'm here. And I'm happy. And I'm focused. And you guys sharpen me. You are the stone edge to sharpen my blade, to keep me sharp out here, and making sure that there's no woman that will take advantage of me or try to manipulate me, because we talk about it over here on Socially Balanced TV. And if you get a chance, if you get the time, say thank you to Ask April for her energy tonight. You heard? Peace and love, spread love, not hate. I'd like to say thank you for the super chat from the Verbal Assassin. And I am Rundun. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. I messed up your name. Land Run. I appreciate that. I definitely do. Y'all stay great. Spread plenty of love. And detox yourself from plenty of hate. And when you release the hate from your soul, from your person, you breathe better. You walk better. You date better. You love better. Let's go. I'm out. Peace and love, spread love, not hate. Social Balance TV. With Ask April. Let's go.